Sactown.
He was looking around and you just pretended to read your book. Maybe it was that. I'm not saying I did that. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
Could be a lot of things, but whatever it was, you know, that commercial about Jesus gets you. No, not buying it.
Not buying it?
Not buying it. No, not buying it. His team never lost in overtime in the Super Bowl. Or maybe it did. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Worked yesterday. Watched the game yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Not much Saturday. I can't even remember anything.
Oh.
Oh, Jason got after it on Saturday.
Oh, that too.
What you did? What'd you get? What
me and Chris.
You can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Chris just had a day.
Got after something?
Yeah.
Did you catch it? Whatever you got after?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Baseball fever. Catch it.
I think you need to go to the doctor.
It's only one prescription.
I don't know what you were doing, Chris, but you were hanging out with competitors and wearing really red pants.
Yeah.
Never. We heard he had red pants.
Yeah, he had red pants. He proved it.
Yeah.
Pretty tight floral shirt. It's ballsy. Good for you, man. I couldn't pull that off. God bless you.
He put it on.
He put it on?
He didn't pull it off. He put it on.
He put it on. You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
You gotta respect a guy who can do that. Yeah. I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
Well, we only have 4 hours, so that'll be good. There's 8 million things that we can discuss.
What would you like to discuss?
Every bit of the game.
Yeah.
I want you to live through it.
You want to relive it?
I mean, you're wearing the hat.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the guy that like wears things and then doesn't wear things when you lose. So I
chose that hat.
This hat had wins in it, man. This is my lucky hat.
Okay.
Was my lucky hat.
Oh, so now you get rid of it.
Maybe
because it was the hat's fault, apparently.
Yeah, don't you have a clip about that, Chris, somewhere? I feel like he does.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
So Chiefs fans were better at it than you.
They were better at wearing hats.
Oh, got it.
They were better.
That makes sense.
It's funny. Like we went to some friends' houses for the thing, and it was cool because it was like the perfect thing for me. It was people I know and hang out with all the time. There were like 8 people there. They were all Niner fans, except my buddy's a Raider fan, but he hates the Chiefs more. So he was all in on the Niners yesterday. So there was, I wasn't going to be somewhere where there was some rando Chiefs fan or even worse, like a Cowboy fan that's just there rooting against. That's just a bad situation, right? So, so that was good. And then, and it was fine, and everyone watched, and there was a lot of food, and that was good. And then, and then my wife had left. My daughter isn't feeling well, so she stayed home, and then my wife left at halftime to go hang out with her because we felt bad because she was alone. I certainly wasn't going to do it. And then, so it's my son and I and everyone else there, and then the game ends, right? And I don't know what to do. Like so I just like game ends. I just walk. I'm not goodbying. Just walk out, go grab the kid like a suitcase, throw him in the car, and then my son
Trunk or back seat?
Trunk.
Yeah.
And then it's funny on the way home, my son starts laughing. He's looking at his phone. I go, "What are you laughing at?" And he goes, "Oh man." Well, apparently he's in a text thread with like his whole basketball team, and they're all Niner fans, as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so my son decides to, in all caps, go, just text in all caps, "Yes, Mahomes and Kelsey own you guys." Like he's just trolling the text line, right? And all the kids are just piling on him. I'm like, dude, what are you a troll? I guess so. I guess I had a troll for a kid, which is
kind of ironic.
So I get home and it was weird because I was kind of asking myself as I went to bed, and I whenever I can't sleep, I put on The Crown on Netflix and watch that. That's my go to sleep.
I was not expecting that.
It's a fact. I mean, I'm on my like third run through now on that. And, you know, it's an incredibly easy show to go to sleep to. And so I don't know what happened. Oh, they found out the old king was like talking to Nazis or something. It was that episode. So, you know, we've seen this before. And I wake up this morning, right? And I'm like, I haven't really reacted. Like I haven't gotten angry. I haven't thrown anything. I haven't broken down crying. I haven't like a tantrum thrower person. I've been weirdly calm about this, but I'm in like this, I feel like this weight, like this weight of like, it's coming. I know it's coming. You're putting it off. You haven't reacted to this, right? And then so I have this playlist that I play when I'm sad or down or whatever on the way in, right? So I don't know why, but on this playlist I decided to pick the Champions League theme because that makes me happy when I hear it. Like it's a beautiful theme. There's like choirs and violins and stuff. I don't know. It usually pumps me up for the day, right? And man, I started playing it. Oh my God, I almost got emotional. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was the beauty of the choir. Was it the fact that all their time, like I put on a song called, it's got champions in it because I'm trying to recover from yesterday, which I think just weirdly drove the stake through the heart more because you know who's not in that song is the 49ers. They can't be in a song about champions. They have to be in it. There's no songs about runner-ups, I don't think.
Not to my knowledge.
That's the song that they're in. Dun, dun, dun. The runner-ups. Nope, not that. We are the second place, my friends. That's not one.
I guess maybe Living on a Prayer.
Because you're halfway there.
You're halfway there.
Yeah. I mean, there's no. Yeah. So, anyways, I found myself driving up here, feeling really sad, listening to the Champions League theme in my car on the way to work on a Monday. And just the irony of and silliness of the whole thing just got to me. And it's fine. It's okay. Started out Saturday morning. Well, Friday, the weekend started great. We beat the Nuggets.
Yeah.
That was great. It's like the real Kings, please stand up. And then Saturday morning, I got up at like 7 and watched my my Huddersfield Town team go to a team that's on their way to the Premier League next year in Southampton on the road, and they go up 2-0 at the half. Yes, like huge. It's huge. We're like huge underdogs. We go up 2-0 at the half, and then like literally 3 minutes into the second half, they tie it up.
Oh,
yeah, there was 2 goals in like 3 minutes. It was pretty bad, and then they ended up winning 5-3. 5-3. So it was a very entertaining match, but we lost. And then that went into the Kings. They lost.
Yeah.
Should have seen that as an omen. Didn't. And then, well, I did see it as an omen. I was like, oh, maybe you can't have too much in one day. So Kings lost, which means the Niners will win. I'll trade that. That's fine.
Yeah, Niners for our bigger game.
Our bigger game. I'll trade a Kings loss for a championship for the Niners. Of course I will. And then it's like what I hated about the whole Super Bowl is like it felt a little bit like the Kings Miami game, where it's like the whole time I'm just like, okay, we're up. All right, we're up 3-0. That's cool. Sent you guys a little text. Yay, Jake Moody. And then we go up 10-0. I mean, this is better, but we should be up more. This This isn't enough. And then the second half hits, and back and forth, and then we're up 3, and I'm like, I turned to my buddy because there was what, $1:43 left or something, $1:53. I was like, I'll trade overtime, right? Like if you told me let the Chiefs have this drive, or you can just go straight to overtime, send me straight to overtime. Like I'm not worried. I know we're at best we're going over, right? But in the back of my head, I'm like, but a pick 6 or a pick out something, fumble. There have been like 5 fumbles in the game or mishandlings, and then we go to OT and decide to take the ball first. And I'm like, wait, what? I guess, but wait, what? Wouldn't you want to do with the new rules? By the way, the old OT rule is champion because we kick the field goal, right?
No,
because you have to score a touchdown. Okay, never mind. That's right. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. There were 2 schools of thought I heard on that later that Shanahan said. Maybe we'll have that audio later.
I think we will.
I mean, again, trying to understand the rationale. I think because one, his defense was just on the field for the last series.
Sure.
Whatever. They could go back out there and do that. You like to have to know what you have to do. And the second one is, I think if each team did the same exact thing, or if it was 2 field goals or 2 touchdowns, I thought they said the Niners would have it first, which would then become sudden death. I don't know. Like the new overtime rules, I wasn't fully clear on.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Clearly, Roma wasn't either.
Well, the question we had is like, what happens if, what would happen if, like legitimately, what would have happened if the Niners had pulled off a drive somehow and like scored as the clock was running out? And
The first one, 15 minutes?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, in this weird world with penalties and whatever, like.
I don't know.
I was just for the hell of it.
I mean, there were only 2 drives in 15 minutes, which was amazing. And each team took about half the time.
Right. And then, like, does the clock run out on the Chiefs? Like,
could have.
That's what I was wondering. Like, why have a clock? Why not just?
It was confusing.
It was.
And the biggest play maybe in Super Bowl history felt so clunky from a broadcast standpoint, I thought.
100%.
I'm like, wait, this is it. Oh, they could just let it roll. It's like scoring in the first quarter. And I'm like,
I
what
was
is he
saying
talking
that.
about?
Yeah, I didn't know what
this is the Super Bowl right here. Let's go.
Thank you.
The play just happened, and then I'm like, it's over.
What was he talking about? Scoring in the first quarter? Thank you. I thought maybe I was high. I was, but like for like higher than that.
Yeah, that was a really big moment that I did not have clarity on. Or did he?
I still don't have clarity.
Yeah.
I think we should replay.
Wait, maybe they still get another chance?
That's what I'm wondering.
Are they not showing it? And they're playing right now? We don't know.
We all left early.
Yes.
I mean, I would like some clarity on that.
Yeah.
And because, like, what if the Chiefs are driving with the ball and it's first, and, let's say the Niners drive took 10 minutes, and then the Chiefs now, they have like $1:10 and they're on the 50. Like, do they have to play hurry up? Or if the clock stops, that's it.
And
they're dead.
The way they even played it, like the clock's running. I'm like, wait, why wouldn't he call a timeout just to give them more plays, more chances? And all of a sudden, snap, touchdown. I'm like, wait, it just seemed so casual for the most stressful, incredible play, moment in a Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. It was a thing. And we'll talk about them. There was commercials. Obviously, we'll talk about that and the halftime show. Some people I know really, really loved it, and some people I know did not. I know, right? Like, what is that all about? So of course, and then Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce bumping into Andy Reid. That was weird.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about all that because listen, if there's one thing this show is going to have today, Jason, it's energy.
Yes,
it's energy. We are
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Lining up in the clock at 10 seconds and ticking. In the shotgun, Mahomes. 4-man front, receiver motion, low snap. He runs and he throws, caught, touchdown. It's caught. Hardman caught the ball. The Chiefs have won. The Chiefs have won. The entire bench empties. Chasing Mahomes in the end zone. Their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years. The Chiefs are back-to-back.
Is this? I want to hear Papa. I haven't heard Papa yet. Let's see. Is this Papa? There we go.
7 seconds, 6. They are going to snap it. Mahomes going to roll to his right, throws, touchdown. The Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. Nicole Hardman. As they roll Mahomes right, Nicole Hardman is wide open. And the Chiefs win the Super Bowl back-to-back years. Another heartbreaking loss for Kyle Shanahan.
No, I didn't feel any better. Chiefs win. They are a dynasty. What else are you going to say? Jason, my devastation as a Niner fan is couched a little bit because I can say, look, there were a lot of things that went wrong for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, almost poetically wrong. One of your best defensive players blows his Achilles.
I'm just gutted by that.
Going onto the field.
Awful.
I don't even know what that like. What was that? You had Debo banged up, George Kittle. The kick going off the foot, the blocked extra point. You know, I'm not saying that as excuses. I'm saying that's just what happened.
It did happen.
And on both sides, you know, you had the KC fumble and all kinds of mishandles. It was like there was I counted 5 different fumbles or football mishandlings on snaps or whatever. A couple of low bouncy snaps from Mahomes, but it's couched in a sense that I didn't feel like the defense didn't show up yesterday, which is what I was, you know, that's been an issue all year. I didn't feel like Brock Purdy played badly. You know, they did everything they could to take away the big receiving weapons. So what did Purdy do? He found his other weapons. It was, you know, Pat was checked down, Charlie, weirdly enough, yesterday. I didn't feel like the 49ers lost this game. And I know we can point to things you do differently.
Sure.
I just find myself looking at Patrick Mahomes, and it's tough to say in the moment. And it was tough to say with this guy back in his moment. But I think you're looking at we've always said his comp is Steph Curry, you know, cross basketball. I'm not so sure it's not Michael Jordan, except he got beat in the Super Bowl by Tom Brady. But you're looking at an unprecedented start for a quarterback.
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of numbers to share. And the fact that you just expect it and then it happens just kind of drives home that how did John Stockton, Karl Malone feel? How did George Karl and Gary Payton and Sean Kemp feel? How did the Knicks feel?
Yeah.
You know, you look at all those great teams and players that were many of them Hall of Famers that were blocked by Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, and he's doing the same.
That's kind of how I feel.
He's going to do that likely. I mean, he's doing it to the Niners twice, but to the AFC, he's going to do that to Josh Allen. Yeah. He's doing that to Lamar Jackson, likely Burrow and Herbert and Tua and all these very good quarterbacks there. Aaron Rodgers now there. It's too. I know we'll go through all the different kind of dynamics, but man, you have to put them away. And I think early on where the Niners were probably the bigger stretch where they were the better team was early and the lead wasn't large enough. I felt like they could have really had a nicer lead and dictated the terms of the game more. And then when it was just on at the end, when you say it's hard for me to bet against Mahomes, that phrase kind of, you let right into that because he gets the ball down 3. I actually thought he would score a touchdown at the end.
Yeah.
Scored a field goal, go to overtime. You get 3, leave him a door open, and then they get the game winner. So they had their chances and it's too bad. And then all those other things. The Greenlaw thing is, when they came back from that commercial, they're like, "You're not going to believe what just happened." I'm thinking, well, what could possibly have just happened? And I would have never believed that. I mean, I wouldn't have. That was awful.
It was,
and he might be out for
man,
for another season possibly.
Yeah, it's such a massive loss, both then and then, as you said, possibly in the future. And
that has an impact on the team. I know they didn't spiral out of control,
No.
but just when your guy, just a harmless, innocent freak injury.
Kittle goes to the locker room and his backup gets called for a hold on the play before Kittle.
That was a huge penalty.
It was so massive. And by the way, I want to be, I'll keep resetting this. None of these are excuses or anything taking away from the Chiefs. Full credit. Like, I can't give them enough. I can't give them enough credit. I harbor no ill will towards the Chiefs in the win. There's nothing where I'm going to sit here and go, oh, no. Like, it was just, as a sports fan, you just sit back and go, you knew at worst they were going to go to OT. And as soon as the Niners kicked the field goal, like, I'm not going to say I sat there and said it's over, but there were huge voices in my head saying, "Oh God, you needed it. You needed a touchdown. Like, they're going to get in the end zone," and they did. And by the way, they converted several times. Again, we have the numbers on that too, but converted several times on that final drive. So, full credit to the champions. They are a dynasty, and Patrick Mahomes has cemented himself not only as a first ballot Hall of Famer, which he probably already was, but he's not Brady, but he's now in the conversation for second greatest quarterback of all time, and he's got a lot of time left to catch Tom Brady as well. So much, much, much more on that, obviously. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Ellis will try for 3. It's no good. And now with just 18 seconds to go, shot clock's off. Mark Daigneault's club will keep the record intact of not losing 3 consecutive games at any time this season. The Thunder will record their 36th win against 17 losses. They will break a losing streak against Sacramento, where the Kings had won the last 8 meetings. And the final score in this one is 127-113. Thunder get the win, and the Kings will start thinking about moving on to play the red-hot Phoenix Suns. We've got the big 3 intact, and they've been playing some good basketball of late. That'll be the first night of a back-to-back, and then on to Denver for a rematch with the Nuggets.
Yeah, Kings are in the play-in. They fall a half game behind both the Suns and the victorious New Orleans Pelicans. They are a half game behind the Mavericks, and they are staring down the barrel of Phoenix on the road. That comes up tomorrow. Kings get a day off, and then what everybody loves, the second night of a back-to-back. Not only the second night of a back-to-back, not only the second night of a back-to-back in the toughest place to play in the NBA, arguably, in Denver and that altitude, but a very angry Denver team that just got walloped by the Kings on their second night of a back-to-back. If the Kings do not go into the All-Star break having lost 3 in a row, I will not be surprised. I will be shocked. And to me, they've got to win tonight.
Tomorrow against Phoenix.
Excuse me, tomorrow against Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just look at since going into the Detroit game, they were 5th, they lost, they went to 7th. They get back to 5th because they beat Denver. Now they're back to 7th. This thing, there's 2 tiers that have separated themselves, the top 4, the next 4, and it's going to continue to juggle like this. So anytime you lose, you get hurt by that. And these last 2 going to the break are going to be really tough.
They're going to be very, very tough. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that game where they're at a little bit later. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Go watch the shot. Get next year. Buddy, when he's over a shot, shut the shot, man. Come on. We can't pop shot here. Good job.
That's Billy Horschel at the Waste Management Open. More like the Wasted Management Open. Hey, now.
What a surprise.
Yeah, this has been coming.
Yeah.
This has been coming for a while. That place is just, they celebrate the atmosphere. And I've always enjoyed the atmosphere, but it's just gotten completely out of control. They had to stop alcohol sales. You had fights. You had, any of you, and this is kind of the running joke all weekend, If any of you ever saw Happy Gilmore, and there was a scene where Shooter McGavin told the crowd to go back to their shanties, like this was the real life epitome of that.
I would say go back to your boathouse.
Yeah, right, exactly. Where with your khakis, wherever it may be. You had, and that was Billy Horschel. You had Zach Johnson, former Ryder Cup captain, freaking out, and it doesn't put the golfers in a good light. It doesn't put the fans in a good light. I don't believe the golfers are freaking out, but it's like also the PGA has to do something about this. And I don't know what they do. I limit alcohol sales, get rid of the alcohol. I don't know how you keep the vibe of this tournament, yet also pull back on some things. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, what is it, 16? That's just this major party center, and people have great shots. They're just dousing the water and beer and different things. Well, do you want it that way or not at all? Like, you can't have both, basically.
It's what has grown it into one of the great non-major tournaments. It's a fun tournament.
It's the anti-traditional golf tournament.
It is the anti-Masters.
Yeah.
It is the Happy Gilmore Invitational is what they should call it. All right, let's go to Kyle real quick. Good morning, Kyle.
Hey, I'm calling. You bet me on the text line I wouldn't call in.
Oh, is this, you know what? I got to give him credit. You're waking up and trolling this early and you called in?
Hey, you already know it's Raider Nation out here, man.
Let me read his text. Hold on. I actually, honestly, I do have respect for this guy. Where is it? Hold on.
Bro, cry your car, Dave.
Wait,
come on now.
Hold on. Wait, what?
You're 50 years old, driving down crying in your car, man.
You're breaking up, but his text said, imagine being 50 and getting so upset about sports, LOL. And so I said, dude, you're trolling this early? Come on, bet you won't call in. He's calling in. You're a Raider guy?
Raiders! You know,
I can't hear him. What?
I heard Raiders.
I heard
That's
Raiders.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you better. Go ahead. What?
Just saying it's Raider Nation out here.
But what's Raider Nation?
Northern California.
No, they're in Nevada, dude.
You're wrong about that.
Dave, you're wrong.
I am.
They moved back.
And again, it's the IQ that freezes water. What?
It's the IQ that freezes water.
IQ, not high chew, bro.
Hey, I'm just calling to say it's funny. You're driving down in your car, you're crying your eyes out.
I didn't cry. I wasn't crying.
Come on now.
I can't hear him, but I do respect him. You're calling. The thing with Raiders and Cowboy fans, though, is that also, like, I don't mind a good troll job, but it's like, guys, come on. You're not at the big kids table. Especially Ray. What is Raider fan doing? Raider fans like the Chihuahua that just yaps every time the doorbell rings. And
didn't they want both teams to lose?
I think Raider fan has, and by the way, there's like, let me acknowledge this. There's like very cool Raider fans out there that I'm not talking to you, but like, bro, you just had the first playoff game at your new stadium in Nevada, and it was the Niners and the Chiefs that were like probably the two teams, the worst possible matchup for Raider fan at their stadium, with the Chiefs using their locker room to spray champagne and celebrate their championship, and you're still talking. Ugh. Couldn't be me, man. But you got to wear it too. It's it sucks, dude. I'll be this emotional, by the way, when if I'm still alive. It's the great and worst thing about sports. I wish I could be that guy. I wish I could be that guy that was just like, well, it's a good game. I'm not doing an imitation to you. I wish I could.
Wow.
I know, right? Well, I realized when I said that, like it was like I was accidentally throwing shade at Jason. But honestly, I would take injection of, I would like some of your DNA. I would like to
keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I wish many times I had your evenness when it came to, not that you don't get upset, not that you don't get high and low and all that, but you have like, if like 10 is crazy high and 1 is like despair and the dumps, you do a really good job at keeping it between like 3 and 8, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, you don't ever go, I've never seen you go crazy overboard either way. I've never seen you like really.
You haven't seen it.
I haven't. What was the most depressed you've ever been from a loss?
Depressed?
Yeah, like where has there ever been a time where we'd recognize you, where we wouldn't recognize you? where we'd be like,
well, if you're putting me at a 3 through an 8, then yeah, probably.
What was it?
Oh boy,
was it a UCLA thing?
For sure. Yeah. Them, probably something Kings. See, like I wanted the 49ers to win, but I'm not as.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it ended. I'm like, oh man, like it was more of because I wasn't as fanatical in that, but I wanted them to win. I was bummed, but it's not. It was different than that's not a team that I'm.
What about after Game 7-02?
Oh yeah, devastating.
Yeah,
devastating. A little different though. I had to do the post game. So you're trying to collect yourself.
You have to be a pro. How do you do that, Jim?
Right, you have to talk right after the game.
Right, exactly. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Let's talk about it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got highlights or lowlights. We got audio and more for you next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand clutch. Makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Welcome to the President's Day sale, happening now at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Celebrate with us and get huge savings on our giant selection. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
RC Willey has everything for your home, including furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. With our vast selection, it's easy to find items that fit your style and your budget. We also offer a variety of finance options, including 0 down and 0 interest for 18 months. Whether you're looking to establish new credit or ready to make your space more cozy, we can help. With our flexible finance options, you can easily update your home one piece or one room at a time. Plus, we have a low price guarantee. Let us help you make your home your way at RC Willey.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense, can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
He has plenty of distance, and Jake Moody has nailed a 55-yard field goal in the Super Bowl.
And absolutely split the uprights.
Longest field goal in Super Bowl history.
That record's going to last a long time.
I mean, when you think about all the years there's been a Super Bowl, we're at like, what, 50-something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
58. It's going to last probably another, maybe never be broken.
I can't see it being broken.
Yeah.
No, not at all. More on that a little bit later. Diamador Lenore got himself a fumble.
They now have Pacheco as the lone back. Mahomes goes under center, and it's a counter run coming left with Gray, the tight end, to block. Well played by the Niners. Fumbled the ball. The Niners got it back. What a play there by Diamador Lenore to force that back inside. The Niners cause the fumble, and the Grave Digger comes away with the football.
Sunday, the
Super
Grave
Sunday.
Digger.
They're having fun.
They were fired up.
They're having a good time. Dre Greenlaw, though, was not.
49er linebacker Dre Greenlaw, just running on the field for this defensive series, went down, and he had to be helped over to the sideline. He's still being attended to
No, I hope it's not his Achilles. I hope it's not his left Achilles.
The left one, we just got a good shot of it from CBS's crew with all their cameras, Tim. He just put his left foot back, and it did look like an Achilles kind of injury for Dre Greenlaw. But maybe it was a cramp or a hamstring, but it's lower.
I don't think so. By the way that looked.
Well, that's the injury he had, the Achilles tendonitis. And he's getting emotional over on the sideline.
I'll be shocked if he gets back in this game. Man, fingers crossed.
And he was playing great.
Yeah, he was.
He was. He had a couple emotional tackles.
Such a huge loss.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can't say, like, the heart and soul of the defense. You've got Fred Warner. You've got Bosa. But, like, the emotional, like, edge to that defense is Dre Greenlaw. Then Deebo Samuel.
Kittle had an opportunity, but as you said, I don't know what's going on with the lights here. We've seen it a couple of times. Deebo Samuel goes down hard and is laying on the field now over near the Kansas City sideline, reaching at his left hamstring.
Oh, man. Dre Greenlaw looked like he tore an Achilles in the first half, and now Deebo Samuel is down.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you, I don't know what his odds were for MVP, but Juwan Jennings had to be a long shot. And he was in the conversation. Here's a catch.
Juszczyk and Kittle are tight left. Purdy back. Purdy throws. It is caught by Juwan Jennings. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown! San Francisco!
The savior, Juwan Jennings.
You know what? They mixed these up here. I apologize. They're upside down. I would have played the Juwan Jennings to McCaffrey first. Let me rectify that.
2nd and 10, Niners up 3-0. Purdy going to throw a double pass. Back to Juwan Jennings. A throwback across the field to McCaffrey. He's got it. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! San Francisco!
CMC, enter the dragon, baby. 6 points on a trick play. Juwan Jennings.
Stupid. Anyways, back to the Purdy Juwan Jennings pass. That made it 16-13, and then this happened.
Here's the extra point for a 4-point lead. Tabor Pepper to Mitch Wisnowski. It's down. Jake Moody. It is blocked. They blocked the extra point, and the Chiefs can tie the game with a field goal. Jake Moody has the extra point blocked.
Yep. But wasn't going to factor in later.
Yeah, well, go ahead. I do wonder about it.
If it did factor in later?
Well, it did, obviously, because what do you think would have happened? Because I wanted to ask when this happened. So he misses, it's 16-13. We're all thinking the same thing. Oh, man, is this going to be a big deal? The Chiefs went down and got to that 3rd and goal. I think Armstead tackled Mahomes from behind.
Yes.
So it's 4th and goal at about the 4.
Yeah.
They kick. So because they know they can tie.
Right.
If it's 17-13, don't you think they go for it?
100%.
And then, the game would not have gone to overtime is basically the point. Maybe the Chiefs score there. Maybe the Niners still. I don't know. So it factored. I don't want to say it was no factor.
Sure.
But it just changed the score of the game to it gave us way more football and way more drama. Maybe the Niners would have lost earlier. I don't know how
well,
that
it just changed
gone.
the mindset, like you said. Like for example, in OT, when the Chiefs know they're down by 3.
Yeah.
And in fact, let's get to OT here real quick because here's Butker trying it out.
29-yard field goal by Harrison Butker to tie the Super Bowl. If he misses the chip shot, the Niners will win the Super Bowl. Ball is down. Butker right down the middle. We are tied at 19 with 3 seconds to play.
So you're in overtime. Jake Moody gives you the lead. And then to your point, what I was saying is, here's what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs know, and it does change the way. It almost takes a little bit of pressure off of you. It's all 4-down territory.
Right.
It's all 4-down territory.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about if it's 3rd and 6. Okay, cool. Run the ball.
2 plays.
Yeah, you've got 2 plays no matter what. And speaking of running the ball, Patrick Mahomes.
1 left. Mahomes takes the shotgun snap, going to right up in the pocket. He will run for a first down and more, all the way inside the 15-yard line down to the 13-yard line. Now he's got him into chip shot field goal range, and now they can take a shot to the end zone to win the Super Bowl.
There you go. Pat, thank you. Pat still down the hall thank you, Pat. Look at this. So Tom Bailey's in Ireland. So thanks, Pat. He knows what a tough day it's been. Tom's in Ireland, and I don't know how to make the coffee, and he's always the one that makes the coffee. So I asked Pat to either show me how, or he goes, "No, I'll do it." And
I don't even drink it.
Thank you, Pat. We will do our best to drink this whole thing. And if you're tired of your sports,
yes.
Country music down the hall with a big addition to Country in the Park, by the way. But I don't know, is that public? I can't remember. We got a big thing. There was like a huge name. I won't say it just in case, but huge name. I recognized it. That's how huge it was to Country in the Park. All right, we will. Was that we need to take a break sign? It was. All right, we'll take a break. We've got a lot more to get to, including the end of that game. We've got all kinds of reaction, and I got some cool stats. Well, cool, but some telling, I would say, stats for you as well. We will take a break. When we come back, we will get into the Kings in Oklahoma City next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save on bulk purchases of select insulation from trusted brands like Green Fiber. And there's more. Save 10% when you buy 6 or more select interior pre-hung and slab doors. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleanse are nice, but in between, I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. With over 80 table games, the hottest slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to a brand new year filled with limitless possibilities at Kia of Vacaville. Prepare yourself for an extraordinary driving adventure as we present our impressive 2024 vehicle lineup. Step into the future with state-of-the-art technology, groundbreaking features, and the sleek design that has become synonymous with Kia. Immerse yourself in the dynamic performance of the all-new Kia Sportage, where captivating design meets exhilarating power. Experience the fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid marvel that extends your journey with every mile. Indulge in the sophistication of the Kia Telluride, seamlessly blending luxury and versatility. Don't overlook our eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, ideal for those who prioritize efficiency without sacrificing style. If you're in search of the EV9, Kia of Vacaville has it in stock or available for delivery. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and cruise into 2024 with confidence and style. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets the road. Elevate your drive, elevate your year. Model availability and features may vary. Please see the dealership for details.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, believe it or not, in all the hullabaloo, there was a Kings game over the weekend. There was two, technically. Denver. That was neat. And then there was Oklahoma City. That was not neat.
Less neat.
We will still have a Jiffy Lube drive of the game for you.
Yeah.
In the 7 o'clock hour. But look, they had a nice streak going against Oklahoma City. It was a very good team this year. And you're playing in OKC. Started out pretty decent.
14-6. Here's Sabonis, baseline pass, quick reverse. Spurter has the cut and the 2 points for Sacramento to make it 14-8.
And they jump out to a little bit of a run here.
Inbounds to Sabonis, top of the circle. Dribble handoff to Monk. Drives to the elbow. Fires for two. Scores it. Back-to-back buckets from Malik Monk. And 7 unanswered points by Sacramento leads to a Mark Dagnall timeout.
Really back and forth, Jason, in the first. That was a good first quarter. Then OKC comes out to a 10-0 lead in the second.
To Lyles. Lyles in the low post. No look pass to Fox, and Fox lost it. He started to gather and go up, and the ball just slipped off his hands. That's 3 consecutive turnovers by Sacramento. They had 5 that gave up 11 points in the first 12 minutes of the ball game. In the next 2.5 minutes, they've turned it over 3 times. There's another floater that's up and in. Jalen Williams is doing everything right now for Dagnall and the Thunder. And the Thunder have got the lead back up to 10 with 10 unanswered points. We were even at 29. It's now 39-29.
And OKC started to kind of stretch a little bit and run here and there, but it just seemed like they were getting 4 points for every 2 the Kings would get, or 6 for every 3. And then the Kings came back a little bit in the second half, made it kind of interesting, but ultimately this is the Thunder's game.
Yeah, there were 2 different large runs in the game. Thunder had a 12-0 run in the second quarter, 16-0 in the third. So there's 28 points unanswered in different stretches of the game. You expect SGA to be good, and he was. I thought the Jalen Williams game, though, man, he had 32, I think 7-9 or 9-7. He was awesome, and every time the Kings made a run, and they did, they really pushed and tried to make this a game, OKC had the answer. So I think, to me, Dave, maybe the bright spot, if there was one for the Kings, I thought Davion was terrific.
Yeah.
And there's not enough times where you've been able to say that about him. But if you can start to tighten down that rotation, get the 8 to 9 guys playing well, then I think that's their shot to be the best version of the Kings.
Mitchell, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal in just 20 minutes on 5 of 6 shooting. He was 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. Davion Mitchell is an enigma to me, because you see him, and at times you go, this is a starting point guard in this league.
Yeah.
He's got it all. The only thing he's missing is about 2 or 3 inches of height. His defense, he was checking Chet Holmgren on the perimeter at times, which is hilarious, and doing it as good a job as you possibly could. And then you see times where he just, by the way, you see it with this beautiful rainbow jumper he has, perfect form. You see it with his ability to get to the basket, almost our Isaiah Thomas version of that. I'd like to see him add more of a Euro step, because I think it's in there with him, like Tyreek style. And then obviously he plays first-class, first-team defense. But then he just goes through these stretches where it's like, oh, dude, who are you?
Well, in a game where they lost by double digits, it's rare to do this. And, plus minus, take it for what it's worth. Some people like the stats, some people don't. But in the game, he was plus 22 when they lost by double figures. And like De'Aaron and Barnes, I think, were minus 27.
Yeah, they were both minus 27, 14 points on 4 of 7 for Barnes. We're going to talk a little bit about this in 3 for Madness, but I don't have anything good or constructive to offer on De'Aaron Fox. I don't know. I have no analysis for it at all. He has gone from averaging 31 points to 30. I'm talking about per month, to 29. Then the big drop to 22 in January. And now he's averaging 21 points. His percentages aren't terrible. But when you look at his game logs, and by the way, that 21 points, that counts the 41-pointer versus Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
His last 4 games, 19, 12, 15, and 15 on 26 of 56. Just doing the quick math here. 26 of 56? No, that can't be right. Hold on.
$1 million Whopper contest.
Hold on. Is that me? $1 million Whopper contest. Let me do the math here real quick. 34, 44, 49, 59. Sorry, 22 of 66.
Okay.
That's a little
more
like it. That's his last 4 games. I don't know what to say. Is he hurt? Is it something personal? Is he just having a bad month? But it just seems like there's something weird going on with De'Aaron Fox right now.
Yeah, and a little bit like, I think people have been saying this, like go figure. Who are these Kings? This is them. It's 52 games, right? It's enough to go, this is exactly who they are. You get some good games, you get some bad games, some puzzling games, some in between, I guess. I just, they're far enough in. I don't know why it would be different in the last 30. Right? They're healthy. There's not like a player. I mean, unless like De'Aaron's back, but he's playing. So when you play, you get evaluated. There's nobody new coming in. They're not trading or demoting anybody as far as, you can't trade now. This is the squad. So I would say expect more of the same. It gets you the beauty that you saw Friday night. It gets you the frustration of Wednesday. Yesterday wasn't awful, but it's a loss. The Wednesday to Friday is about as wild a spectrum as you can get. A home court loss when just about everything is in your favor, with the exception if we want to do the first game back from, that was the one thing that maybe Detroit had. The one. You had 10 more things in your favor for the Kings. And then you're playing the defending champion, which Vegas knew something. Remember that when you asked the spread? Like, why are the Kings favored? And then they have their largest lead of the season.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to get much more whiplashy. Than
those two. Denver to Detroit.
Yeah, imagine going to both those games as a Kings fan, of which many people here listening did. And you get blown out by the Pistons.
Yeah, you say I want an easy game. That's probably Detroit. Like you'll cruise.
Sure.
And the opposite is Jokic, Murray, Sabonis. They're all sitting the last 10 minutes because the game's over.
Yeah.
In your favor. Bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We've said it before, but do they need a sports psychologist? Do they need somebody to come on staff and talk to them and lay it out? Because I'm sorry, but that team that played Denver, and by the way, Denver, you have to acknowledge, Denver was on the second night of a back-to-back.
And had 2 starters out, late scratches.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's just,
But they still have Jokic. They still had Murray.
Yeah, Jokic got outplayed by Sabonis.
He did.
I don't think even had Denver been at full strength, though, they're beating that Kings team that night. It might have been a lot closer. But I do know this, that Kings team that played that night, that Kings team, that's like a 50-55 win team. That's a great team. That's a team that will make noise in the postseason. The Detroit, and by the way, I feel like these last 3 games have been, you talk about the high and the low, but honestly, it's like the high, the low, and the average. Like the loss to the Thunder, I'm not like, oh my God.
It's not a Lodi by any means.
Not at all.
Yeah,
it's just a Lodi. They just lost to a really good team on the road. They didn't play particularly great, but they didn't play particularly terrible, except, again, De'Aaron Fox is kind of, and by the way, Kevin Huerter, same thing, was just not, he had a couple good defensive plays, but
they played Monk and Mitchell more.
Right. But you saw all 3 versions of the Kings.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 games, you saw 3 different versions of the Sacramento Kings. It's pretty tough to do. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got more Super Bowl highlights and some numbers for you as well. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Shop can't miss deals on appliances this President's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances, like LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances. Shop in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
It's O Rewards Bonus Points Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Shop in-store or online to earn points and get rewarded at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When accidents turn life upside down, AutoAccident.com is in your corner. Compassionate advice, loyal support, and the courage to fight for you. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Titleist is introducing the next generation of AVX golf balls. It's for players looking for low-flying, low-spinning golf balls with a very soft feel and excellent greenside control. Re-engineered from core to cover with exceptional distance and extraordinary feel, the new AVX is even better. It's available in white and high optic yellow. Titleist also is introducing the new Tour Soft golf balls. A new larger core increases distance off the tee while providing an incredible soft feel on every shot. Golfers who tee up Tour Soft are looking for soft feel and performance throughout the bag. Play it in white, high optic yellow, or green. True Feel is the softest Titleist ball, offering penetrating ball flight and distance from a unique, spherically tiled dimple design. It's for players who prioritize soft feel and trust the quality and consistency of the Titleist brand. Another reason why Titleist is the #1 ball in golf. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try soon. Harry's is available online and in-store at a retailer near you. Get a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/news. That's harrys.com/news. Or check us out at your local Costco for a price you can't find anywhere else. Just look for the Chrome Razor with 13 blade refills at your local Costco. You can't miss it. Exclusive to Costco members.
It was 1879 when the first President's Day was established, and it's been a holiday ever since. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. I'm guessing when the Keys family opened the first Naturewood Home Furnishing store in 1948, a President's Day sale was not top of the mind. But the family probably celebrated the holiday with a picnic and a big slice of cherry pie. The store name Naturewood was selected to reflect the quality of the wood furniture for sale. And that focus on quality continues today with brands like FlexSteel, Trailway, Stickley, Fusion Designs, Stanton, and many, many more. The Naturewood Home Furnishings President's Day sale is the perfect time for you to find the right accent piece for your living room, a new bed for your bedroom, or to completely refurnish your entire home. See all the fine furniture and accessories on sale with Naturewood's President's Day sale. Find that perfect piece of furniture that's new today and filled with memories for tomorrow. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Toyota's President's Day sales event is on. Now is your chance to experience legendary Toyota reliability on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save big with the best deals of the year. Right now, get $1,000 bonus cash when you lease a 2024 Camry. Or when you finance with Toyota, get $1,000 bonus cash on the all-new 2024 Grand Highlander gas model. Don't miss these President's Day deals and more. Get to your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Excludes hybrids and 3424.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Just know that the Kansas City Chiefs are never underdogs. Just know that. Yeah, I mean, I hope people remember not only the greatness that we have on the field, but the way that we've done it. I mean, I feel like we enjoy it every single day. We have fun. We play hard. And it's not always pretty, but we just continue to fight to the very end. And
this is my second game as a head coach. But I think when you go against guys like Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes, you better never feel comfortable with the lead. And those are two of the best players to ever play the game. And that's why whether you have a lead or you're down points, those guys are always in it. You watch them all the time do that stuff.
It's Kyle Shanahan. Alex Majones before him. Let's give some love to the Chiefs here. I got some facts and stuff for you, Jason Ross.
Okay.
This from Warren Sharp of Sharp Football. He said the scariest part about this Super Bowl, it was supposed to be the year to knock the Chiefs off. Mahomes is the most expensive cap hit in the NFL, $37 million. Also the highest quarterback cap hit to ever win a Super Bowl. His number one wide receiver was a rookie. They played 6 straight games at a rest disadvantage in weeks 12 through 14. And that's the only time a team has had to do that in NFL history. They had to play in Germany. They didn't get a first-round bye. They had to play on the road in the divisional round as an underdog. They played on the road in the conference championship as an underdog. They were underdogs in the Super Bowl and were losing by double digits. Based on strength of opponent, it was the toughest path to a Super Bowl ever. And then when you include the Super Bowl, the toughest path to a championship. And they still won, which is pretty amazing. Kyle Shanahan, now as a coordinator, was a part of the largest blown lead in Super Bowl history when the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead to Tom Brady in Super Bowl 54 against.
Hi, that's me.
Oh, sorry. In Super Bowl 54, also against the Chiefs. His team, now as a head coach, blew a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. And yesterday, as a head coach, they blew a 10-point lead. That's tied, of course, with himself for the. So he's been a part of the 3 largest blown leads in Super Bowl history, which I understand there's a little bit that can be unfair and skewed. But
I mean, this one was 10-0. I didn't feel like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, but it's still facts. That's true. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes went 8 for 8 with 27. Well, he's the only quarterback to go 8 for 8 or better with 27 or more rushing yards on any single drive in any game, regular season or postseason. That's what he did in overtime in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the only time that's happened in 30 years.
There's so many things from the game, but one of the things I think that's been under talked about so far that I've seen and underreported on, He had the 3 longest runs in the game.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Or 2 of the 3. I think the Niners' longest run was 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that right?
If I'm not mistaken. When everyone's like, run the ball, which is, to me, is a little bit of a lazy narrative. It hit Shanahan before.
Yeah.
I literally, Dave, I'll show you. I was tracking like the whole game. I was making notes the whole game and watching, and there was a couple different times where I went, I think I would run here, and he elected to pass. But there's not that many of them. As the game went along, like the third quarter, I think is the one that Shanahan's getting most critique for, where he threw a bunch. They got behind the sticks. Like there was a 1st and 10 where he threw a completion.
Yes.
And they got tackled for a loss of 8. So now it's 2nd and 18. You can run,
but
but
you're not running there.
Like, so then he throws and then he throws. They had to punt. They had another one where they ran the ball holding 1st and 20.
Right. Not running the ball there.
I mean,
or
it's
maybe
just,
you're running
you can, but so there's a couple things there. But all that being said, Mahomes had 2 critical runs, and the Niners defense had a chance on 4th and 1 to stop him in overtime.
Yep.
He ran a couple plays later for a gain of like 19, I think, or 22 or something.
Yeah,
like
where
that.
it looked like half the defense was in slow-mo.
Asleep.
It was really weird.
Yeah, so he had some critical runs in the game.
They faced the Chiefs, the number 2, 3, 4, and 6 offenses in the playoffs.
Wow.
They combined to average 28.3 points per game in the regular season. They averaged 15.8 versus Kansas City in the playoffs. And all the talk today, or I shouldn't say all, but 90% of the talk you're going to hear today is Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, Chiefs Super Bowl in some order. When honestly, I think 80% of the conversation today should be Steve Spagnuolo, Chris Jones, and the Kansas City defense.
Yeah.
28.3 in the regular season, 15.8. Spagnuolo shaved 12.5 points off of 4 of the best offenses in the NFL. It's truly one of the best all-time defensive runs in Super Bowl history. The Chiefs are now 5-1 when trailing by 10 or more points at any point in the playoffs. During that span, Jason, the rest of the NFL is 6-48. Patrick Mahomes has started 96 games. The Chiefs have only lost 3 of them by more than 1 score. That's 3 of 96. By far the best rate in NFL history. If you include the playoffs, that's 4 of 114. That's just insane. When you consider that his rushing leader was him, and his 2 leading wide receivers were Mecole Hardman and Justin Watson.
Yeah.
In overtime, Mahomes converted on 4th and 1, 3rd and 6, and 3rd and 1. There's an old tweet that somebody dug up from 2019. Somebody was basically clowning on Troy Aikman about Mahomes winning a Super Bowl.
I think it was a story in The Athletic.
Ah, gotcha. It says Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you're right. The Athletic, Kansas City, September 23rd, 2019. Patrick Mahomes has thrown 36% of Troy Aikman's career touchdowns in about 8% of the games. And Troy Aikman quote tweeted it and said, "Talk to me when he has 33% of my Super Bowl titles." Well, now Patrick Mahomes has thrown 132% of Troy Aikman's passing touchdowns and has won 100% of his Super Bowls and about 58% of his career games. We're going to have a lot of talk about a lot of stuff, including Patrick Mahomes and is he the greatest of all time, and blah, 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 blah.
Your point, though, on the defense of Kansas City, I think is good. Here's, again, when you look at all the things from the game. If I had told you, Dave, the first 9 possessions that Kansas City would have the ball, 9 times they would have it.
9.
They'd have 6 points.
I would have taken
Niners
that to the
game,
bank.
Right?
Yes. Or
you held them for 9 possessions at 6 points.
Yeah.
Niners had 9 possessions and only had 10 points.
Yeah.
That to me is where the separation needed. Now, the last 8, everybody scored.
Yes.
Niners got some field goals. Chiefs got
some touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean,
Niners
so
missed an extra point.
Each team was kind of figuring it out. And unfortunately, there's a catch there. One of those possessions, the Chief got the muff punt. They scored on 1 play.
Right.
But they had not, they weren't scoring. The Niners defense was great until it wasn't. And I think if you kind of hear all the post game, like you hear McCaffrey, he's like, I feel like my first quarter fumble was the problem. Purdy, I feel like I didn't make some throws. The defense, we couldn't stop them when we needed. Like everybody's kind of Moody probably would say my extra point. I think if you go around the group and you go, a lot of people were really good.
Yes.
Who was great for the Niners? Maybe Jennings?
Yeah.
I mean, great. Purdy was good, goodish.
Juwan
McCaffrey
Jennings
was good.
Who's the rando?
Oh, Conley?
Special teams.
Conley.
Yes, golly.
He had a catch or two, and then the tackle.
The tackle,
the down at the one.
The down at the one.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people were good. They need more people to be great in the game. And then by the end, I think Mahomes, who was good, finished great. And that, the best player on the field finished with a great finish.
Let's finish with a note from overtime, because there were some questions. Do you defer? Do you receive? Right. The Chiefs' overtime plan, and this is according to the Ringer here, the Chiefs' overtime plan worked out exactly how they had hoped, and it wasn't by accident. Safety Justin Reed told the Ringer that the Chiefs had first discussed the new overtime rules as far back as training camp. Chris Jones said the players were prepared for what to expect if the Super Bowl went to overtime. Quote, we talked through this for 2 weeks, how we were going to give the ball to the opponent, and if they scored, we were going to it for two at the end of the game. We rehearsed it. The 49ers did not do the same. Multiple 49er players said after the game that they were not aware that the overtime rules are different in the playoffs than they are in the regular season, and strategy discussions on how to handle the overtime period did not occur as a team. Eric Armstead said he learned the details of the postseason rule when it was shown on the Allegiant Stadium Jumbotron during a TV timeout after regulation. Kyle Juszczyk said he assumed the Niners asked to receive when they won the toss because that's what you do in the regular season when a touchdown wins the game. Quote, I guess that's not the case. I don't really know the strategy.
Well, of all the things, that might be one that Kyle's taking with him and thinking about. But, I mean, I think there's the one thing I heard was maybe the thought was because the defense was just on the field. I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it. What the broadcast made a great point of is if you're second, not only do you know what you have to do, but fourth down changes the dynamic.
100%.
So let's flip the Niners situation and say the Chiefs had scored. Remember, the Niners went down, got themselves in a really good position.
Yes.
But they got stopped at around the 6.
Yes.
And kicked the field goal. Makes sense. Get the points.
Yeah.
Well, you're going for it. And you still could have lost, but it just, you were in a different spot. And when you have a fourth down, like the Chiefs didn't even look that stressed on the 4th and 1. That was the Super Bowl. And they did a beautifully designed play where Mahomes, quarterback keeper, they were maybe a little bit more prepped there for that.
That was for the Super Bowl? I couldn't tell because Tony Romo.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying it over.
Well, it's like in the first quarter, and then there's a thing.
Yeah.
And then over here, you got this guy. Looks like 4 down territory for right here for the Chiefs, Jim. We'll take a break when we come back.
This is for the Super Bowl.
Oh, hey, just real quick though, guys. Did either of you happen to catch? Well, you probably did. Did either of you happen to catch the We're Looking Live special on Brent Musburger?
It was on when I was here. It looked great.
So good. It was so good. I don't know where you can find it, but oh my God.
I wanted to see it once I saw it. And I go, I wish I could hear this.
It was before it was really before you and I caught the tail end of the NFL.
No,
today.
I definitely remember that Phyllis George.
Oh my God. And then going through Jimmy the Greek and the things he said and how that ended, Irv Cross and all the barriers they broke. If you didn't see it, I highly.
That was good.
It was. You forget how much like Brent Musburger is kind of like, I like to gamble and Raiders now. But like you forget that Brent Musburger was the original, that he was the guy.
Right.
And they even say there, he wielded more power at one point than any broadcaster. He made Jim Nantz and Howard Cosell look like just guys.
Well, and so I saw a couple people on social media, and who was that? I forget her. Jane
Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy. They're like, boy, they look old. I'm like, it was 50 years ago.
Exactly.
Come on.
By the way, we'll take a break here. So I was too young for all of that, but honestly, Jane Kennedy, first Playboy I ever saw that I stole from my dad. Every time her name is mentioned, the first Playboy I ever found in my dad's closet had Jane Kennedy on the front cover.
Seems like that image is still imprinted, huh?
We'll take a break. But no, she is wonderful in it too, and gets very emotional, and you kind of see a lot of behind the scenes stuff that was amazing. 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire Wings. Let's talk Kings, De'Aaron Fox, and the rest of this road trip next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
You know, sometimes life has an interesting way of presenting you with things. So I always bring in these like little Nutri-Grain bars, right?
Yes.
That I have a pile of over here. So I'm eating this Atkins chocolate peanut butter bar, and the only reason I have it is because I had to make a last minute run to Bel Air yesterday for some stuff that my wife and I forgot for Super Bowl food, right? And it was at halftime of the Kings game. That's right. So I roll in there. Holy crap. It was like Thanksgiving on steroids. Like the line to the self, because I'm like, I'll go to Bel Air. I'm not going to Winco. I'll go to Bel Air. I'll hit the self-checkout. I'm good. I had 4 items. The line to self-checkout was back to the butchery, the meat section butchery. Wow. Yeah, it was that bad. Every other line was the same, right? So there's a hack to that, though, where there's either usually a front desk where they sell like the carpet cleaners and cigarettes and high-end liquor, and then there's a pharmacy. So I go over to the pharmacy with my stuff, and I'm like, hey, could I check out here? I'm like that guy. And they're like, you have to make a pharmacy purchase, sir. Sorry. And I looked around. The only thing that wasn't like pills or anything was these Atkins bars. So I grabbed them, and that was my pharmacy purchase. And then I got my green onions and my ranch packet and my thing of frozen spinach. I'm out the door. And so I thought I'd try one this morning. These are wonderful.
Back to the pharmacy I go.
Yes, exactly. Is that, by the way, is that an a-hole move to do that? I feel like it's not. No. I feel like it could be.
But you're not getting him. You're not cutting in front of anybody.
Right. I know, but it kind of. You're right, but it kind of feels like that. I feel kind of.
That's knowing the system.
Yeah. Okay.
The one that bothers me more actually is if you have, I don't know, a regular amount of stuff in the regular line. You chose that line because you don't want to go over the 15 or whatever, 10 or whatever. And then someone's behind you with 1 or 2, and they're looking at you like you're going to let me go past you, right? That's what self-checkout's for.
That's why
I'm waiting behind the person with 87 things too.
100%.
And I've got like 17, and I'm not going in that line. So no.
So what are you going to do? You're going to move ahead of me, and then you're going to ask them if you can move ahead of them?
It's like, well, I'm waiting too. No, that's what that line's for.
And the other one is when there's the 15-person checkout, and they roll up with like 30 items.
Right.
And you can't, like, there literally should be every grocery store should have this. Like, if you go 5 items over, like it won't, like, I'm sorry, sir, it won't let me beep.
It stops at 15.
And then and then you have to give them all their stuff back, and they have to get out of line and go wait.
Oh, the walk of shame.
The walk of shame, and everybody like has a little over the limit.
Should have gone to the pharmacy.
Right. And then,
if you know you've got too much stuff and you're going to that line, you're a sick person.
You're
just saying, like, I don't care.
That's right. And that's why I'm really sensitive about the whole go to the pharmacy thing, because I can't stand line. I will not cut in line. Like, my wife's in line waiting for me somewhere. I won't go meet her. I'll stand in the back of the line because I feel like that's breaking the rules. It's probably not, but it feels like it's breaking the rules. Which is worse? And then we'll move on. Person that takes way too many items knowingly into the 15 line thingy dingy, or a person who just will not put back their shopping cart and it's like right there.
The putting back your shopping cart.
That's the worst person,
yes.
right? Yep.
It's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I feel like they're the same person, though.
Well,
they usually do the double whammy.
Yeah, before they get into their huge lifted truck with the flags. You're 100% right. But the thing is about putting the shopping cart back. Like, bro, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Anyone? You guys have ever played PGA Tour shopping cart before? Oh my God! When you check,
so fun.
You check the wind. You do maybe a little bit of a curve. You look at there and you just push.
You read the lot.
You absolutely read the lot, and you got to do it from you got to do it from across the street,
from a distance.
From a distance, Bette Midler style.
Yeah. Sorry, Carr.
3 for Madness. Question 1.
Is this the most confusing Kings team ever?
Yes. That's why I wrote the question. It was a lead. Yes. What other team has been this confusing? Because either the teams are crap, or like last year, you're like, it's like anything they did, you were like, we're not used to this. And now there's some expectations, but there's also a record of them being good. They have 2 reigning still all-stars. They have a guy that is in every MVP conversation, though not an all-star. And they added seemingly to their bench. You have nights against the Nuggets, like they did. You have nights where they go to Minnesota and beat Minnesota, where they beat Oklahoma City, where they have all these wins. And then you have Charlotte, and you have Detroit at home, and you have Portland on the road, and you don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what to expect from this team. I have no idea. Your best player is hit or miss.
Yeah. I mean, the only other comp could be somewhere in that 8-year run, but I don't recollect that. Anything like this, where it's the up and down, drastic swings. We just saw maybe the most dramatic of it with Detroit to Denver. So, yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, and at this point, I feel like they're going to be a playoff team. You could probably talk me into like, no, if they keep going this way, that's on the bad days. And I'm like, no, they could get all the way to the top 4.
Right.
When I see the good, I'm like, yeah, they could beat everybody. So that's how wild they are.
What was their record? We have to find that out. They've got to be really close to where their record was at this time last year.
I
right?
think it's the same.
Basically. Like almost exactly the same. So
there's about when they took off. Now the difference is the West is a little better. The top part.
Yeah.
Remember they were the 3 seed. Now they're the 7th currently. There's more teams in the fight, but I don't think it was much different than this last year.
You have, well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. You have 4 of the top 6 teams in the NBA in the West as far as percentage goes. 4 of the top 6. And when it comes to Minnesota, the Clippers, the Thunder, and the Nuggets, good luck. It's an interesting year. Like the Celtics are just kind of rolling along at 41-12. They look like the title favorites. They're 4.5 games ahead of everyone for best record in the league. But then you have the Cavs and the Clippers and the Knicks. It's going to be really interesting to see how everything shakes out in the second half. I'm waiting for Miami to do their patented here we go at the end of the year run. But when it comes to the teams like the Pelicans, the Kings, the Mavs, the Pacers, the Magic, the Lakers, the Warriors, I have no idea what any of those teams are going to do. I have no idea.
It's
anyway.
just been weird.
I know Chris is researching here. Hit the button if you would, though. Cut number 2.
Question 2.
Is there actually something wrong with the Aaron Hawks?
By the way, they're one game better.
They're 1 game better than they were last year.
30-22, right?
Yeah. They are currently 30-22.
And they lost that game yesterday. Their 52nd game to go to 29-23.
29-23. I mean, they're ahead of pace. They're improving on last year. Isn't that what we wanted?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. How do I say this? Like, I don't know how to say this when when I say I hope there's something wrong with De'Aaron Fox, like, I obviously don't want there to be anything wrong with him. I don't wish that on him at all. When I say I kind of hope there is, it's in the sense that at least there would be an explanation. Like, if there's absolutely nothing physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever wrong with De'Aaron, then it's like, well, then what is this? Because it's not like a game. It's not like it. And by the way, what's wrong with him could be that he could be nursing a shoulder injury. What if he's just worn down? And then there's the whole other stuff, which always scares me, which is, God, what Malik Monk twice this year has said, you never know what a player's going through off the court. Now, maybe he's referring to himself, or maybe he's referring to another guy, but I hear that and I go, God, I hope it's not, I'm just going to take some random thing, but his great uncle, whoever, is going through something terrible, and we're sitting here going, "Oh, you got to show up to the game." I don't know, but looking at De'Aaron, us having covered him for 7 years now, it's not like he sucks or is terrible. It's not that. It's just he is not playing anywhere near the level he started the season with, and I don't think this is not the level of even his average. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, he went from at one point, Dave, where we would go, man, I don't think he's going to win the MVP, but he's in the conversation.
Right.
To like right now, I'd go, yeah, he's probably not an all-star. And you just go, I would have never thought we would have got there this year. I mean, based on where he was. So I don't know what it is or why. I mean, the only other thing I don't even know if this is a pipe dream, but just thinking, hey, look, he didn't make the all-star team. He seemingly didn't care. I know he wants to win regular season games, but if he's like saving this up for, I want to be as best as possible in the postseason, great, but I don't think that's it. That's just probably wishful thinking.
No, I don't. I completely agree with you, and I don't. The problem I have too, by the way, a little bit of a problem I have is like, dude, some of the slander I'm seeing on him is like gives me a neck ache. Like, I don't know, and I don't think this is necessarily people that have been changed over the last. I honestly, sadly, I feel like it's people that have like they've just and this is what I hate, that have been waiting in the weeds and they don't say anything when he's killing it, and then when he's having an issue, and this may not be this person, but our last text, the issue is Fox does not have the heart of a champion. He does not have the ability to bring it when he's not feeling it. True champions are able to rise up night after night to dig deeper. He does not seem to be able to do that. And I guess my only response would be, he averaged 27.5 points and 8 assists last year against the Warriors with a broken finger. Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. The heart of a champion? What even is that?
All right.
We've just figured that out from he's having some, like, look, there's something wrong with him, but let's not bury the guy. Anyways, cut number 3.
Question 3.
Will a split over these last 2 games equal a successful road trip for you?
Will a split over the last 2 games equal a successful road trip? I'm going to say yes. If the Kings can go on this 3-game road trip heading into the All-Star break and finish 1-2, I will actually be like, okay, I'll take it all day, because that means there's no shame in losing to Oklahoma City in Oklahoma City. Now you're going to Phoenix, where you just blew the biggest lead for a situation in over 1,000 NBA games of people doing it. And then you go to a very, very angry Denver team. You're on the second night of a back-to-back. I don't know how you could get much more of a difficult 3-game stretch in the NBA than what the Kings are getting right now. And they just got back from a 7-game trip last week. So yes, if they can take 1 game out of these 3, I say go for it. Get to Cancun and have fun.
Yeah, the benefits of either of that, if that's a scenario where they win one of these 2, that means either beating Denver to win that season series to go 3-0.
Yeah.
Which I think is less important than beating Phoenix. If you beat Phoenix, you'd win that season series 3-1. You've got them one more time. You get to play them 5 times. But that's a team you're fighting for, and that's a team you probably have more of a likelihood of being in a tiebreaker with. So if you could get one, I'd love it to be Phoenix. Of course, I'd love both. But, yeah, a split would be just fine.
Split would be absolutely just fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, just getting that number down, getting something just consuming a win in any way possible, much like you would consume Fire Wings, whether it's today, tomorrow, or Wing Day Wednesday. Don't forget about that. I want to talk to you about my friends at Fire Wings. They were the hit of the Super Bowl party yesterday. I don't know who it was, I don't know who brought them. It was somebody else, though, that brought a big old vat of Fire Wings, and boy, did those go quickly. Best wings in town. You can try any one of their 21 delicious flavors, like peanut butter, which has won awards, Louisiana rub, Thai chili, breaded Malaysian curry, and many, many, many more. Perfect fast casual eating establishment for the whole family, and also a great place to enjoy all the college and pro basketball games from around the country. Hey, what's better than enjoying the best wings in town while watching your favorite teams play ball? Well, it says here that I can't think of anything in my notes, but I can. Enjoying the best wings in town while watching your favorite team win. That's actually better. Go to firewings.com. Find a location near you. Order online. And when you get there, don't forget to tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings. Just win it. We've got more post-game reaction and some different numbers for you to chew on from the Super Bowl. We'll do that next.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. All right. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, taking all the way till 10 when Styles and Watkins make the return from Vegas.
Yeah, what a week they had down there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They better be back here and be sad and all serious. Don't be like, oh, we had a great time.
Well, I think they did.
Whatever. Nobody should have had a good time. It was business. Business did not get accomplished. It's a failure. They should have done better. I blame them too.
Good at business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway.
So we should have sent Kelly Brothers.
Yes. Facts.
Honestly, probably probably our fault. Let's get you more Super Bowl stuff here, would you? You saw Travis Kelce bump Andy Reid. That was a big deal people made of, and he bumped him hard.
He did.
They almost knocked him over.
Yeah.
I blame the vax. Obviously, it's a Pfizer thing. But they talked about it afterwards. Andy Reid said he caught him off guard.
He caught me off balance. I wasn't watching. Cheap shot, but that's all right. He did good. He was really coming over just put me in. I'll score. So that's really what it was. Well, I love that. I mean, it's not the first time. So I appreciate him.
Easier to say that when they win.
Sounds like someone's rationalizing.
Yeah.
It's a red flag, Taylor. By the way, they only showed Taylor Swift when okay, I gotta admit about this. I have to come clean. I've been steadfast. Like, anyone who's bothered by seeing Taylor Swift, you have something wrong with you. But I experienced for the first time yesterday. I'm like, stop showing her. I don't care. But it wasn't.
It's funny when your team is playing.
That's right, exactly. Like when your team's playing. Okay. So I want to take what I want to amend what I said before. If you have a problem with the camera showing Taylor Swift, I don't know what to tell you. Get over it. Asterisk. Unless your team is playing the Chiefs, then I totally get
It's
it.
different.
Because I'm like, why don't you show her after the Niners score, cowards? Why don't you show her after that fumble? Why don't you show her when her boyfriend has like one catch for a yard or whatever the hell he had in the first half? Ended up doing pretty well. Second half, but still. Why only show her the good stuff? Anyways, are the Chiefs a dynasty, Andy Reid?
I got asked so many times, is it a dynasty? I don't know what a dynasty. I mean, you guys, you have the thesaurus, so I mean, you figure it out.
They're a dynasty.
Yeah.
We said that earlier in the week.
Yeah. I didn't even know if they had to win to do it. I mean, but they did, and so that changes the metrics, the numbers, and all that.
And when you look at, the question here about, is Patrick Mahomes now the GOAT? No.
Right.
But I think he is the owner of the Gasot. He is the Gasot. He is in the middle of the greatest stretch.
That part is true. I mean, that's why you have to let it keep going.
You have to.
And keep playing. So obviously yesterday it could have gone either way. He won. That adds, like when we said leading up, like what would this do for his legacy? You can see what it does.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it just gives him another ring. But the way they did it, in the fashion they did it, had they lost, you could then go, he lost to Brock Purdy, and the 49ers were a legitimate team, but like that could have been thrown as a negative. Instead, it's a fourth quarter and overtime comeback that adds to his lore. So, but he's got to keep going, because if he stops here, he's still going to be considered one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
But do you think if he doesn't win another one, do you think he's the GOAT?
No.
Without seeing it, we don't know. Maybe he wins 3 more MVPs and all that, but you got to let it all play out. But he's tracking all of it. But we all want to just jump there. But what his stretch is incredible.
Yes, it's the best stretch we've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there are some Patriot similarities you especially saw this year. Think about this for a second. The Kansas City Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill, and all they've done since then was win a Super Bowl every single year.
Yeah, 2 in a row. It's crazy.
They've won 2 in a row since Tyreek Hill is gone. What they're doing with him is actually weirdly similar to what's going on with the Patriots. You have your big cap hit with the quarterback, even though Brady came down at times. You have a stout defense. And then you give him a tight end. So Brady had Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
And for a couple years there, I know, but he had Aaron Hernandez. And when you had Gronk and Hernandez, that was just unfair.
Yeah.
And you look back at Brady's best running backs, it's like Corey Dillon. Like, huh?
Yeah. But it is a year where he gets like the Randy Moss equivalent. Like he gets
like
Justin Jefferson or Devontae Adams or something for.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't win a Super Bowl with Moss, right?
No, that was the 17-0 and then lost.
Yeah. So you've got
16, whatever they were.
Yeah, you've got they were 18-0
and lost.
Yeah, 18-1. So you've got Mahomes surrounded by whatevers. No disrespect, but he has Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
His offensive line's fine. It's not great. And then his backfield This is Isaiah Pacheco, who came on towards the end, Jerick McKinnon, who was activated for the Super Bowl, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then you're throwing out Rashay Rice, Mecole Hardman,
traded
Valdez
for Tony, who you basically benched for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was out. And then Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And honestly, and MVS is a guy who recognizes this because that's how it was with the Packers, except instead of the tight end, they had Devontae Adams and then a bunch of I don't know. And you're what you're seeing there, and there are people that are going to weaponize this versus Brock Purdy, okay? This just in. Even the most stout Niner fan is super proud of Brock Purdy and absolutely hates the game manager crap. But you can't, if you're one of those Brock is a game manager surrounded by studs, anyone could do that person. If you're in that camp, please don't embarrass yourself by weaponizing yesterday because Patrick Mahomes is one of one. If you're saying, see, that's what a game-changing quarterback does, and you point to Patrick Mahomes, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar, they all fall short.
They all fall short then. Yeah. Nobody ever said Brock Purdy was Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Never, ever, 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 ever in their wildest dreams unless they were smoking everything. Patrick Mahomes is one of one. He is Steph Curry. He is Michael Jordan. He is Patrick Mahomes. He and honestly, dollar for dollar, here's the thing. If I had it on the line, would I take we started this by saying Brady's the GOAT. Mahomes is having the best stretch of all time. But then it just comes down to knowing what you know right now. You can have a prime Brady or a prime Mahomes in the Super Bowl next year for your team, Jason. Who are you picking?
Mahomes.
So am I. And I think intangibles, I still have to give it to Brady because of how many times he was there and how many times he won. But I'm trying to think of all the things that Brady does or did, and I can't think of any of them that Patrick Mahomes can't.
Yeah.
But with Brady, when you turn it around, I don't think Brady had, and I know this is sacrilege, but number one, I don't think he has the creativity Mahomes does.
Right.
And number two, he can't do with his legs what Mahomes does.
Yeah, and I think, not even in fairness, if you asked me that question, prime, insert other Hall of Fame QBs, I'm probably picking a lot of them over Brady.
Yeah.
But Brady is the greatest winner to me. I think that's where his GOAT stat. I mean, and it's not to diminish his playing, but like Elway, Marino,
Rodgers,
like people that are more gifts than Tom Brady, I would take ahead of in their prime.
Yeah.
But that guy won when it mattered the most. So that's the ultimate evaluator.
And it's interesting to your point, like, because I'm generally with you, like on the whole Elway, Rodgers, Manning, guys that were more physically gifted than Elway, Marino.
Steve Young. Steve Young is so gifted.
But then, like, I have this voice in the back of my head that goes, but then we say, and by the way, you and I are in lockstep on this. Yeah. I don't disagree with you 1 inch. But then we both say, but Tom Brady won more.
He did.
And it's like, then I have this voice in my head going, well, how are you going to take any of the others? Because you know who had as good an arm as any of those guys? Absolutely as good an arm as any of those guys is Jeff George.
And probably better.
Probably better. Yeah. You're absolutely right. So why is it? I know that we're not underrating winning, but like, shouldn't that trump everything? Like, should we take a Rodgers? But should you and I be sitting here saying we'll take a Rodgers and Elway and Marino in their prime over Brady when it's like, but Brady won. Mm-hmm. They didn't.
Yeah.
It's a great argument. All I know is Patrick Mahomes has had a pretty good first 29 years. And his dad played baseball, too. He's not the first athlete in his family. By the way, did you see the video of Jackson Mahomes not being let into Brittany Mahomes' table at the club thing?
I did.
The guy is such a cheese D. What a weirdo. He's just kind of, I could watch a whole pay-per-view show on Jackson Mahomes just getting rejected from things. Like, I have no issues with Patrick Mahomes, but Jackson Mahomes, you're a dingle. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings over the weekend, it was a Jekyll and not quite Hyde, but a Jekyll and Diet Jekyll, I guess, versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll get to that stuff next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know, I'm loving my new EQS SUV. It's the most amazing car I've ever had. In fact, when I'm on the road with the Kings, I can't wait to come back just to hop in that EQS SUV. It's lovely. Now, if you've been on the fence about purchasing your first fully electric vehicle, I'll just say this. Schedule a test drive and see for yourself what makes these vehicles so incredible. Right now, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is offering up to $10,000 in incentives on new 2023 and 2024 Mercedes-Benz electric vehicles. You'll also receive a wall box home charger and 2 years of prepaid vehicle maintenance if you purchase or lease any Mercedes-Benz electric model. So head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, just 30 minutes from Sacramento, right off I-5, online at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Great broadcast over the weekend. Unfortunately, not great, not all great results, but we'll take a split. But if you'd have told me on the show on Friday, hey, Nuggets, and then on the road against OKC, Kings are going to go 1-1, I said, yeehaw.
Yeah, I guess so, probably.
Yeah. I would have taken that. Yeah. Defending champs, and then, one of the top teams in the West on the road. And honestly, I probably would have thought we'll probably get the OKC game again. Got a nice little streak against them.
Yeah, they play them well.
They were dominant against the Nuggets. I mean, that was no, I did not call Jackson Mahomes what you guys think I did. You're mixing it up completely. Get out of here. The team Friday night was just an absolute blast to watch. 135-106. And Sabonis with a 17, 17, and 10 triple-double. Jokic, let's not act like Jokic had a bad game.
He didn't.
23, 8, and 7. And those stupid little one-legged followaways that go in that just make me so mad. 15 points in 28 minutes for De'Aaron Fox. I don't have a problem with that. 15 and 10 with 5 steals.
Yeah. He said a couple interesting things here lately. I think he had 21 steals in 5 games going into yesterday.
Woof.
And he said he had talked to Doug Christie, and he asked Doug, had he ever had a season where he averaged 2 steals or more per game? And Doug said, yeah, actually a couple times. And now it looks like De'Aaron's like chasing that. He goes, I know it's kind of selfish. And Mike Brown even said, look, I don't love steals. They like deflections more because if you go for 6 steals in a game, his reference was, and you get 2, that means you probably overplayed and got burned 4 times. He goes, it's just not a net win. But I think these steals that De'Aaron has been getting have been helpful in the game. So
and there's another thing there too, just in case. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
is the league leader.
Is the league leader in steals, and he barely has De'Aaron Fox 3.6 to 3.5 deflections per game. As a matter of fact, when you come to total deflections, Fox is just behind Matisse Thybulle by 2. But when you talk about deflections, I mean, Fox is right there. when you talk about actual steals themselves. Sorry, I'm still on the Phyllis George page here. Going down that rabbit hole. He had no steals versus Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. Prior to that, in the month of February, he had 5, 3, 2, 5, and 6 steals. And the last 3 games of January, he had 2 steals apiece versus Dallas, Memphis, and Miami. Like, what a run for him right now, averaging 3.5 steals per contest for the month of February. And that's with 0 against Oklahoma City. So it's not all bad. It's just weirdly, strangely inconsistent. But you know what? Who cares? They got the win. I don't care if De'Aaron Fox scores 2 points. If they can beat the Nuggets 135-106, screw it. Let's go, baby. Keegan Murray, by the way, 17 points. So he bounced back a little bit. All 5 starters were in double figures with the exception of Harrison Barnes, who had 9 on 3 of 6. And we've seen Malik Monk have he is shaken off whatever he needed to. His last 5 games, 26, 23, 23, excuse me, 6 games, 18, 22, 23. I read those in particular, Jason, because when you look at the 6 games prior, 6, 3, 9, 4, 13, 9. Like, he has completely turned it around.
For sure. And I think that Friday night game, Alex Len had a career high, or season high, excuse me. The bench had a season high. They nearly shot a season best. And that was nice to be at home, to have an easy, they're chanting light the beam with minutes to go. That one was a surprise cruise to the finish line for the Kings.
It really was. I didn't expect it, and I didn't expect to see Michael Malone. I didn't expect to see him waving the white flag at some point, but he did, and it was good coaching.
Yeah.
Wave the white flag. You're on the second half of back-to-back. Don't screw around. Game's over. Too many coaches get too stubborn for that. No one to fight another day. Then you get to Oklahoma City. And by the way, not that, people were overly worried, but I was just honestly curious. I always am curious about this stuff. The thought was, are they going to be on the plane or what's going on for Super Bowl? Apparently they rented out, they've got a room at the hotel, probably some sort of ballroom or whatever. I'm sure the Kings, staff that's in charge of all that, had some cool TVs in there, some food and all that. So they had like a team Super Bowl party. And then I'm pretty sure spent the night last night there. They'll fly out today to Phoenix. So
they would have missed the game. The plan, I don't know if it would have been different had the Niners not been in there, but Mike Brown's son's on the coaching staff. So it made sense. They wanted to watch the game.
Oh,
I can't imagine if there was visual of that, because he said he was going to be nervous. He likes to pace. He would probably watch it with the team, but he might leave at different times.
Somebody had said that they thought he might watch it in his room.
Yeah, because he did say later, like if he gets, so he might have left. That was the kind of game, if you're a father and you're nervous, I can't imagine you want to be around other people. I would have probably gone in my room.
And it's like weird for Mike Brown too, because your son, it's not like your son's the running back. Like your son's a coach. So how do you even determine if, like, hey, he did that, or that sucked.
But he knows the angst that he goes through as a coach. So now he's thinking, this is my son. I want them to win. I want him to be happy. He could get a Super Bowl ring. Like, all the things are at stake for that.
Sorry. I was right. Honestly, I had this little bet with myself. Was MC going to come into the chat today and think that the Niners game was scripted? Like, I honestly was looking forward. And then first thing I see I just look over and I start laughing. As scripted gets. Gotta love how the Niners defense just let the Chiefs receivers catch what was needed. And I can't figure out, like, not to go down that rabbit hole because we're talking basketball. Do people really believe that, Chris?
That the Niners were in on it?
No, just like, do people really believe the NFL is scripted?
I think some do.
I see. Is that like the dinosaurs weren't real thing?
I think so.
So like,
doesn't it make you feel better about yourself? The Niners didn't lose. It was supposed to happen.
Right. So like, am I wrong? Okay, so like, Earth is flat. Dinosaurs weren't real. We weren't ever on the moon. NFL is scripted. Like, that's pretty much the same people, right? For the like, if you're doing a Venn diagram, they're right. Like, how does that? Where is the cracker that your cheese is supposed to be balancing on? And that, like, do you know how many people would have to be in on that? Like, does anybody ever think about that? How many people would have to keep that secret? Let's just go with the NFL. The coaches, the players. none of which, go crazy at some point in their lives or do weird things for money. We're not talking about the most stable group ever. You don't think Antonio Brown's going to come out at one point and be like, here's the script. We had this meeting with Goodell.
Right.
You don't think Chandler Jones, I mean, I'm picking on guys that have gone around the bend a little bit. Like, do you really sit at home and go, I really do believe the NFL scripted this, and the referees and the Chiefs, even if you only think a few people are in on it, like, you really think that? If you do, please, I say this with love and my heart, touch grass with your feet outside. Get some sun.
They've been touching grass, Dave.
We'll take a break when we come back. God bless you. That was that's an assist. That's a slam dunk. What was the biggest factor in old Patty Mahomes hoisting and the 49ers staring off into space, listening to Simon and Garfunkel? What were the big factors yesterday? We'll break down that Super Bowl next.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Shop can't miss deals on appliances this President's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances. Like LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances. Shop in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. We're looking at a cool start out there. Could see some patchy areas of frost or some fog. Into the afternoon, we'll see partly cloudy skies today, highs in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here at Folsom Lake Kia. Shop my favorite dealer, Folsom Lake Kia, for low interest rates, low payment with zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia for over 25 years right here in Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and me the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Jiffy Lube, your place for oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. Hey, for valuable coupons and a location near you, visit jiffylube.com.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Get ready. This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now, during Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $180 on select chairs. That's up to $180 off desk chairs, up to $180 off computer chairs, and up to $180 off gaming chairs. So hurry into Staples now for the Staples Sit-a-thon and grab a seat or two. Ends 3/2. In-store only. See associate for details.
Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton's President's Day savings. Unleash luxury and precision in a new Acura Integra, RDX, MDX, or TLX. Quality meets affordability with savings on our best selection. Get to AcuraofStockton.com and start your experience today. Own the road in style. Visit us today or go to AcuraofStockton.com. Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 9.
Let's go with the first caller.
Okay.
Like an extra point's worth one.
Yep.
So hopefully this caller won't get blocked at 1-800-912-1140. Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Give us the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. And
good for you for listening, too, if you were on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Busy day.
And you will have yourself a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. I don't say this enough, Jason. I'm not good at this stuff, but I just want to say I really appreciate you on days like today. I appreciate you every day, but you are like a security blanket.
Oh.
So here's what, just so you know, behind the scenes.
You want a hug?
Huh?
You want a hug?
Virtually?
Oh.
Well, just.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
Just behind the scenes, you were just pointing out, hey, we got to do Jiffy Lube here.
Yeah.
It's like you just a port in a storm on days like today, and I appreciate your professionalism and your attitude and your ability to completely understand that I'm a psycho and you roll with it, and I really appreciate that. You are a very underrated partner. I don't know where I'm going.
Well, thank you.
I'm very glad to be with you today,
and good to be with you.
Yeah,
today.
Exactly.
I know it's a challenging day. Can I make it worse?
Can I add something? Kind of like a glass half full.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. From Chris.
Yeah.
Of course, it's bad that the Niners won, but
what?
Wait, what? They did?
Won. The Niners lost.
Yeah.
But there were a bunch of Warriors fans that were also sad that the Niners lost.
No, and it was like the day. Yeah, it's like Bonte Hill in the Bay Area does the morning roast who hates me. Like, I've said this before. He's a Florida State fan. He's a Warriors fan. He's a huge FSU guy.
I didn't know that.
And he's a Niner fan. Huge Niner fan. Now he's a Warriors fan. I'm a Kings fan. Oh, and a huge Giants fan.
Okay, so you're there on
3 of 4.
Yeah.
So I try to take a little solace in Warrior, but I can't.
It's your team too.
It is.
You'd be okay with him celebrating today.
I wish today was one of the happiest days of Bonte Hill's sports life.
Okay.
I wish he was celebrating and having the time of his life and crying tears of joy and being doused with champagne, because that would mean that the team we both love won.
Is there, and you don't have to put anybody in blast, anybody's name, would there be a Niner fan that would be even too annoying for you today?
No.
Okay. I mean, it shouldn't be. If that's your team, who cares?
No.
Right.
God, no. I mean,
or would it bother you? Here's the other one, because you have been a Niner fan. It's not like you just showed up.
Yeah.
If they won today, and then someone here at work that you're like, when have you ever worn like a Niner stuff?
Yeah.
Would that bother you? Like yesterday, I'll say this. I went to the store before the Kings game.
Sure.
Like you said you did. I'm like, wow, it's packed here, just to pick up a few things. And I would say the amount of, and I don't know who these people were.
I know.
But I would say fairly 70% of the people in there were wearing something 49ers. And I went, I mean, it's Northern California. It makes sense. I had no issue with it. I went,
right.
Wow, that hat looks new, or that T-shirt looks fresh.
Right.
I'm like, but that's okay. It's fine. It's the Niners. I went, wow. I was a little surprised by how much I saw of it yesterday.
With my wife coaching basketball, I often pick my kids up from school now, which used to be her thing. But now she pretty much stays after school. And so there's the there's the line to go. I've seen it, and I'd drive into a telephone pole if this was me. There is a line down the street of about 150 cars, of which everybody goes and gets their Starbucks or Dutch Bros, and then is sitting in this line for an hour and a half waiting to pick up little Grayson or Braxton or, Kaylee with a GH, listening to true crime podcasts. And, with my kids, I'm like, bro, walk down the street. I'm going to meet you at this one little parking lot. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you walk to me. They got to go pick their kid up. Like, you have this pile of kids waiting for, and we're talking high school kids, this pile of kids waiting all in the same spot for, the parent to pick them up. And they, God forbid, they walk a block. You know what I'm saying? So that's an hour and a half out of their life. But the amount of Niner flags I've seen in windows over the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, Bonnie, you did not have that a month ago. I promise you that. Neither did you, Sheila, or you, Mark.
Will they be up today?
No. And as a Niner diehard, that doesn't offend me. It's just I see that and I go, well, I get the non-Niner. Like, every team that's success, Kings, look.
There were more last year than I remember.
And if the Kings are ever in the NBA Finals, for example, oh my God.
Yeah.
This whole town, everyone's wearing purple and flags and blah, blah, and trying to out-king everyone. It's like when an event is front and center, everybody has to go out and prove, just how into it they are.
Yeah.
And not...
There was a second at the checkout.
Yeah.
Like, very fun, very friendly, whatever. But enjoyed the game today. I almost went, what game? I almost did, but
what are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't know anything about sports. I don't know what you're talking about. But I didn't. But I was tempted.
I don't want to bring up any specific examples in this aspect because it'll probably get me in trouble. There's also been certain times over the last 30 years where like really horrible things have happened. And for about a month, like you go from like a flag outside your house to like people literally walking around in like neon red, white, and blue and like a hat with like Uncle Sam on it. And all like everybody is like, and by the way, I think patriotism's rad. Like, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're second cousins where like when it's front and center, it's like, haha, it's like the Griswolds. Like, oh, you have these Christmas lights. Well, I have these. And that, look, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, and I don't gatekeep. I'll never you want to come in and be a Kings fan? You haven't gone through the last 16, 17, 30 years? Fine. You're not going to get the same. They're not going to get the same out of wins as we are when that happens. But at the same,
I think they'll take that for not taking what you take from the loss.
Oh, I think they will too. And trust me, I can look at Taylor Swift and be like, you've been an Eagles fan your whole stinking life. She's from Philly. Your boyfriend, is playing for the Chiefs. You followed him for 3 months and you just won a Super Bowl. I haven't seen my team win one in 30 years. Screw you, Taylor.
Right.
I wanted them to lose partially because I want to hear what's happening on the next album. There's going to be some sort of heartbreak ballad with Bon Iver. From the 209, I drive for a living. All I saw was Niner car flags everywhere today. None of my first 4 hours. Yeah, no, I get that. Good morning, Ashley. Hello, welcome in. You're on with Jason and Dave.
Morning. I just wanted to say I almost blame this loss on Shanahan. I don't know if you guys heard it, but apparently the Niners players, being Armstead and Juice, and specific from what I've read, did not know the overtime rules for the playoffs.
Yeah, we read those quotes from the Ringer earlier. How it was Justin Watson. I forget who the other one is on the Chiefs. Where they were going over how they went through those rules in the preseason and then knew exactly what they do. And then Armstead, to your point, said he learned about the overtime rules in the Super Bowl when he read it on the Jumbotron during a commercial break. That is a
bad look. I don't know if it would have mattered. It's a bad look.
Exactly, Ashley. I don't know if I can pin the game on Shanahan because of that specifically, but I'm with you. It's a bad look, especially for a guy who either coached or coordinated the 3 biggest Super Bowl blown leads in history.
That, and then you factor in, and I know this part isn't on Shanny, definitely, but like that paired with the fact that I feel like if we had Robbie Gould, we win this game.
I mean, look, I love Robbie Gould.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're talking Jake Moody. And
they're not trying the field goal, the 50. They're not.
They're 100% not kicking that field goal. I have a hard time blaming this on Moody.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, now I missed the extra point because I was running back and forth between two different groups, but was it a block or was it a?
It was a block. It was a block.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I had thought, and with Gold, I just know that he always got that ball up there. Was my thing.
Ashley, what two different groups were you running back? I'm just honestly curious now.
My partner and then my grandma.
So you were those two different rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were going like you were in the grandma Super Bowl room and then your partner's Super Bowl room?
Yeah.
Which one was more fun?
More fun was probably my partner's, just because at about halfway through the fourth quarter, my grandma turned off the game because she was too anxious at that point.
I love it. She was too into it, so she turned it off.
Yes.
Dude, that is fantastic.
That's a funny. I could picture it being frustrating. Like, I'm done with this game because my team's losing.
Right.
I can't see it. But it was so. It was not decided.
Oh my God, Grandma could not handle it.
Interesting thought on Robbie Gould. Like, look, Dave. Moody. It's funny the way it was going. Obviously, the extra point was important.
Sure.
We don't want to diminish that. But he made a 53 and a 55-yarder. I don't think they're kicking those with Gould.
No.
They're not even attempting them.
No.
Now, he might have made the extra point.
Uh-huh.
That could be true. But, just different circumstances.
Can we also, by the way, you remember earlier we said how 90% of the talk is going to be Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid, and really 80% of the talk should be about the defense and how insane that is. I apologize because honestly, can we talk about Harrison Butker and how insane
Clutch.
he is?
Yeah.
Like,
he hit the long one, and then he hit all the ones that still, it's a short one, but you got to make that to tie it.
Yes.
I mean, snap could go bad. You could shank it, slip, could be
go
blocked.
back, wasn't it? My memory. Wasn't it him against the Eagles in that regular season game that made that insane? Oh no, that was the Eagles kicker.
No, but he's been great for them.
Well, what were the numbers I saw? Like 7-7 for the year, above 50 yards, and missed almost nothing all year long. Like, dude, sickle. He is really, really, honestly, like, I don't want to say an unsung hero because we're talking about him, but damn near close to an unsung hero. I'll find the stats on him. Let's get to Matt real quick. Matt, rumor has it you have the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Is that correct?
I do, yes. Great show, guys. I love the show. Just wanted to say. Jiffy Lube drive of the game, I believe, was Malik coast to coast in the third quarter.
All right. Well, as I always say, don't give out too much info. Just give the basics. Let's see if Matt's right here.
High window runner, no good for Williams. Rebound Sacramento. Malik stutter step on the right angle now. Keeps the dribble alive. Now behind the back, drives inside, switches to the left hand, and he scores. Oh, what a take to the basket that was by Malik Monk. And that's going to be a solo job for your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Be listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:45. Your chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
Hey, congratulations, Matt. You've won a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube to winterize or even springerize your vehicle now that football is over. All you got to do is tell me what radio station makes all your Jiffy Lube winterizing dreams come true.
That's Sactown Sports.
Yeah, that's a real listener right there. By the way, that was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Not the third.
No.
But
we'll give it to him. Yeah. By the way, I knew I had seen this. I wanted to get the fact when we had the last caller ask about Shanahan and the bad look of not knowing. Maybe he hadn't expressed it to the teams, but here was Shanahan's quote post-game, Dave, because I hadn't heard it, but I had read it. Basically, with the new overtime rules, Shanahan's vision was to get it first because let's say touchdown or field goal for the Niners. He knew the Chiefs would have a possession. So he was going along the lines of they matched him.
Right.
So he wanted the ball last because he thought there'd be a third possession. What was odd about it, in 15 minutes, the Niners took 7.5 and the Chiefs took it all.
That's right.
So if the Chiefs scored with 2 minutes to go,
yeah,
the Niners were basically with possession with the chance to win the Super Bowl if they had done the same thing in overtime. The problem is the Niners only got the field goal. Chiefs, as we know, got the touchdown to win. That was the thought. Now, we could all debate. Stupid idea. I mean, of course, but that was the
stupid idea. I think this is the quote you're talking about.
None of us have a ton of experience of it, but we went through all the analytics and talked with those guys, and we just thought it'd be better. We wanted the ball third. If both teams matched and scored, we wanted to be the ones who had the chance to go win, and we got that field goal, so we knew we had to hold them to at least to a field goal, and if we did, then we thought it was in our hands after that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure that's a decision he'll be thinking about for the entire offseason.
More like Kyle Shanahan.
You got it.
Right?
Yeah.
3 biggest blown leads. Doesn't know the overtime rules very well. Got him. Now, somebody asked me this yesterday, last night. I was talking to a buddy of mine who I generally will. He's like the one person. Katie called me 5 minutes after the game was over, and I hit ignore. Then she FaceTimed me 5 minutes later. I just text her back. You're tripping. Like, she knows better. But there is an old friend of mine that's like, real, for some reason, he's really good to talk to and gets me and gets it. So we're talking, and he did say, he goes, look, dude, he goes, I don't even want to blame Kyle Shanahan or not. He goes, but I'm asking as a Niner fan, like, would you rather be in this position every year, or would you rather try it with somebody else? And I was like, no, I'll take Shanahan all day.
Absolutely. If they did something, I mean, I think that'd be a huge mistake.
God, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's only a stigma until you overcome it.
Right.
And remember, Shanahan, his teams couldn't come back in the fourth quarter. Brock Purdy didn't have real comebacks, blah, blah, blah.
Andy Reid had this, but now he seemingly can win everything that matters.
And John Elway wasn't exactly Mr. Super Bowl until they won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So we shall see. When we come back, I have those Harrison Butker numbers you were asking for earlier, Jason, that you weren't really asking for. And you know what? Let's open up the phone lines at 1-800-920-1140. This is a safe space, Niner fans. If you have thoughts on the game, do you blame anyone? Are you not okay with, but are you settling on the idea that the Niners just simply lost to one of the greats of all time? Do you think this team will be back next year? Is this the end of the window? I mean, there's so many different angles we could hear from you from, but we'd love to hear from you at 1-800-920-1140. You can text us at 916-339-1140. But when we come back, how good was Harrison Butker? We've got the numbers. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Get ready for an exciting drive in the 2024 Kia Forte GT line, now at Elk Grove Kia for just $19,988. Experience efficiency with an impressive 39 mpg, smooth rides with automatic transmission, and stay on track with the lane departure warning system for only $19,988. Enjoy modern conveniences with its huge 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation and a rear camera, Bluetooth wireless technology, and the ease of push-button start for only $19,988. Or lease this incredible ride with no cash out of pocket for only $279 per month plus tax. You heard right. No money down and only $279 plus tax. Elk Grove Kia, where driving dreams come true. Visit us today in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovekia.com.
Sale price $20,738. Dealer choice rebate $750. Net price $19,988. Must finance through Kia Finance 5 at this price. 24 monthly zero cash down residual of $63,950 based at 10K per year. 20 cents a mile over reserve security deposit. Kia Tier 1 approval required. Expires 2/15/2024.
Elk Grove Kia. They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
All right. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. Peter says Shanahan is the coach who will get you there, but will never, ever win. There isn't an upgrade, but we're not winning the big one with how he chokes every single time. I just feel like that's harsh.
Yeah, for this one, I would say so.
Doesn't that sound a lot like what they said about Andy Reid?
Yes.
The Eagles?
Yes.
And what's the, I mean,
yes.
Gosh. It's such a fine line. Like, again, I think we said it earlier, Dave. I think you said it too. There's a lot of things to point to yesterday, but I can't just go, it was Brock Purdy. It was Kyle Shanahan. It was McCaffrey. It was the defense. It was Moody's missed kick. Stack them all up. And you know what's funny is when you win.
Yeah. It's all great.
There was, if the Chiefs had lost, I'm trying to think, the holding penalty in overtime. I mean, it was third. The Niners were going to be 3 and out in the first possession of OT.
They also mismanaged the clock at the start of the second half. Remember, they burned that timeout. The Chiefs did. Like their
fumble in the red zone. Like
right.
But they won, so none of that matters anymore.
Reid's a genius.
And I thought Mahomes was pedestrian for a half. He was good when it mattered.
Sure.
Kelsey had 1 catch at the half. Your star tight ends yelling at your, like, those are the things that would have been put on the Chiefs.
Right.
They won.
They won.
So now everything that happened to the Niners is now just gets thrown into a label of choke and they screwed up. And it's like, I didn't feel that way. Someone had to lose, and unfortunately it was them.
There are, I should say, conversations about how is this the best Super Bowl ever? And my initial reaction was yes, but then I went, wait a minute. And there's a lot of things that can go into what's the best Super Bowl ever, but I guess I kind of have a hard time putting this over. Look, there's been 2 overtime games in Super Bowl history. How is this one better than coming back from 28-3? It's the greatest of all time doing it, and they end up winning in overtime. Like, for me, I don't know. I think that was probably better.
Yeah, I mean, to have a walk-off is pretty significant, but I'm trying to think of, like, highlight. Like, I think we talked leading up to this. I think the Steelers-Cardinals had some iconic.
You and I agree, underrated
highlights.
The Giants over the Patriots in the 18-0 year, helmet catch and all that.
This had incredible drama.
Yes.
I mean, it was just tight all the way through, and it had it had storylines. Like, all of it made it great.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best played game I ever. It wasn't awful.
No.
I thought the officiating was pretty good.
I thought it was too.
I don't remember going, if they didn't call that,
there were some plays in there that they could have got, like, for example, the was it Juszczyk that caught the ball and then made the football move.
Yeah. I thought they got it right.
I thought they got it right too.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be biased. I mean, he made a football move, clearly took a step and then dove. So shut up, Des Bryant. But that could have gone the other way.
Sure.
I thought they did a really good job.
And the other thing too, and I hadn't done this before. Like I told you, you'll see this. I literally was charting the whole Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like every play.
That's awesome.
And so what I was trying to do was, like, not be second guessing. When Kyle Shanahan went for 4th and 3, I'm like, no.
Right.
I put, like, this is stupid.
Here.
Don't do this. I'm not second guessing.
Dan Campbell.
And he got the first down. I'm like, okay, still, I would not have done that. I would have kicked the field goal. So people that go, Kyle, like, do this, do that. That was gutsy. I would not have done that.
He converts and it was gutsy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't convert and it's stupid. I mean, that's he just saw Dan Campbell.
I would not have done that.
I completely agree with you. We're talking about it at that while we're watching, and how, you know what, when you convert, you're a genius. But I 100% would have kicked it.
Down 3. What are you doing?
Kick that. Yes, points are at a premium.
But to his
take
credit,
the points.
He did it. But you got to live with it. That's the thing. As a play caller, as a decision maker, and you get the grief when it doesn't work.
1-800-920-1141. I guess Leland here wanted to give you these Bucker numbers, though. On the year, 44-46 on all field goals.
Wow.
15 of 15 on field goals of 40-plus yards. 7 of 7 on field goals of 50-plus yards. 46 of 46 on extra points. 2 field goals from 50-plus in the Super Bowl, and the longest field goal in Super Bowl history at 57 yards.
Passing the previous record of about a quarter before.
Right.
was okay.
It was okay. Hey, Leland, you're on with Dave and Jason. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Tough loss yesterday.
Yeah, it was. Sure.
But a couple observations I come away with. The 49ers made 3 critical mistakes yesterday. And, I just feel like when a team as good as the 49ers are playing another team that's equally good, maybe a little better, and you make mistakes, it's really, really hard to win. And, the first mistake, or the first omen in the game, was Christian McCaffrey fumbling the ball. Everybody said he's the best back in the league. No, he's not. He fumbled the ball. He can't be the best back anymore. He's got to earn that, maybe earn that title next year again. But the end of this season, he is, in my opinion, sorry, I'm just a fan, he's not the best. He made a mistake. And he's better than that. I don't know why he made it. And, I think they would have scored. And, if they would have scored then, they would have had the momentum. And football is a game of momentum. It's a game of intense emotion. And I think they could have scored again. And the reason why, because Spagnolia, or Spags, everybody calls him, I don't think he would have adjusted yet. He didn't really adjust too much in the first half. He shut them down in the second half. Maybe they would have scored again, but we'll never know. And then the second thing I saw was Luter spectating. He wasn't playing the game. That was just too big of a moment for him. He was caught up in the headlights of the entire event. And that ball touching the back of his leg, that's a second strike. And they ended up getting the ball and scoring. And, no team, I don't care how good you are, you're not going to stop the Chiefs when they get the ball, inside the 10-yard line, recover a fumble or whatever. They're going to score. And then the other thing that I saw was Moody's missed PAT. Just that one thing. Okay, if you just would have made that one extra point after the touchdown, there wouldn't have been an overtime. They would have won the game. So I've said this before, players do not play better than they're coached. And I got to pin this on Coach Shanahan. And I got to pin it on special teams, because special teams did not deliver yesterday, even when the stakes were so high. What do you guys think?
Thank you. There's a lot to unpack there. Look, that's a thoughtful call. I think he's being like Patrick Mahomes threw a pick. Is he not the best quarterback? I mean, he made a mistake. He also won. I get it. It was a terrible time for Christian McCaffrey to fumble the ball. It was a terrible time. But every single, take your pick of running backs, they've fumbled. Joe Montana's 4-0 in the Super Bowl. My God, is he throwing picks?
It was the first series of the game. It was important.
It was terrible moments.
Yeah. I the one that he's talking about the punt miscue, honestly, I think it's awful luck.
Yeah.
Total misfortune. I mean,
right.
That does happen. It shouldn't, but it does. There's just chaos. You're trying to block and it hits the heel. Like when you saw it live, I thought, what was Ray McLeod thinking? He actually was pretty spot on because he saw it hit a 49ers heel. And I mean, there was a play we were watching earlier today where they fumbled a punt. The Chiefs, they just hopped right back into the return man's hands. It just, sometimes you get the bounce. That was clearly misfortunate, and that led to their first touchdown one play later.
Right.
The funny thing is, he's talking about McCaffrey. There's plenty of people I saw on social media, run the ball more. Well, you just said McCaffrey that's why there's no clear angle to me on any of this. All those things added up. The missed extra point, he said they would have won the game. Well, the Chiefs had the ball twice after that and scored both times. I mean, it's tough for me to say that they would have won. It just would have taken us off the overtime track. We wouldn't have been on the same score. They would have had one more point. Doesn't mean they would have won the game.
In the 2 second halves and overtimes of both Super Bowls the Chiefs and the Niners have played, I believe my math is right here, the Chiefs have outscored the Niners 43-22. We'll take a break. When we come back. Also, can I just tell you this? I think another part of my depression, which we haven't even talked about today, like all the feels about the Niners and everything that goes with that. Also, I'm also normally really depressed on this day anyways because football's over.
I almost brought that up earlier. What are you more upset about? I mean, It was too fresh because it was your team. Like, if this was a great game with two other teams, like, oh, football's done for months.
Exactly. We'd be talking about it. But
Like,
like, now this is the slow march to a summer death. Here we go. When we come back, 4 down territory. What will you miss most about the NFL being done till September? We'll talk about it next.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. We're looking at a cool start out there. Could see some patchy areas of frost or some fog. Into the afternoon, we'll see partly cloudy skies today, highs in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Don't miss out on New Year's savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Low prices and payments on your favorite new Kia models. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia, right here in Sacramento for over 25 years, or FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got good news. The American Energy Heat and Air $0 HVAC diagnostic has been extended to February 29th. That's right. It expired at the end of January, but want to give you all an opportunity who missed out to get in. It's a $99 value. All right, it's $100, and right now it's free. I don't know how much easier I can pitch that. Normally $100, now $0. Let the American Energy team test your system, your connections, and all the moving parts of that system to make sure it's functioning properly. And you know who's going to be coming to your home? A group of people that have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. A group of folks that have been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. $0 HVAC diagnostic. Normally a $100 value right now at American Energy Heat and Air. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com or call them to make your appointment. 916-520-9990.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
When the unexpected happens, trust AutoAccident.com. Loyalty and compassion set them apart. They're with you every step of the way. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
Maida Chevy has 2.9% APR financing on every new 2020 Ford half-ton Silverado in stock. 2.9 for 72 plus great Maida Chevy savings on new Silverado. Online at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's try.
Finance for GM.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. Plus line dancing, a mechanical bull, and Sacramento's best food trucks. One-day tickets are on sale now, starting at $46, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more info, visit CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by Hubble Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now, you know, I took the half-hour drive to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, and I came home with the finest car I've ever owned. I'm rocking that brand-new EQS SUV they outfitted me with, and it's stylish and so comfortable. I love Mercedes cars. Also, Mercedes builds amazing commercial vehicles. Now, if you own a business, Mercedes builds commercial vans capable of any job. And with special interest rates as low as 4.9% on new Sprinter vans, plus the available tax breaks on Sprinter vans for commercial use, choosing a Mercedes van is a smart move. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a huge full-service commercial fleet center. Go see my good friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Just a half-hour drive down I-5 from Sac, and it's online all the time at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda.
Fascinated with play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, we already talked a little bit about it, but Tony Romo was so terrible yesterday to me. He had moments.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
It was mainly the end.
The end between the whole first quarter is the overtime. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but one thing we haven't brought up, and we'll see if you and I are on the same page here, because I love Jim Nantz. I think he's a special play-by-play guy, and just one of the greatest ever. And Tony Romo completely botched the final call of the game. I'll let you listen, but this would have been an all-timer. And listen to Romo pop in here.
Lining up in the clock at 10 seconds and ticking.
Oh,
in the shotgun, Mahomes. Four-man front.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where are we? Because I was hunting for it. It's not labeled properly here. I don't think it's. Do we have?
They probably have the CBS call, but it's just tough when they always do final call. Then is it the Chiefs? Is it the Niners?
Right.
Is it Westwood one?
This whole stupid buildup that I just did here for overtime.
They're probably
I think
lumped together.
I think this is it.
7 seconds, 6. They are going to.
That's that.
There's probably a Chiefs one. And
there's a Chiefs one.
I think they usually clump them all together. Do you see CBS's together?
Yeah, I'm looking here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? We're hunting. Kansas City. And see, these are all Westwood one, Westwood one, Westwood one, Westwood ones. Do we not have the CBS call? We might not have the CBS call.
I found it.
You did? Thank you. Run tape, please.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
And this was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special. We talked about he was saving all day. He's going to fake a motion to go across. And at that moment, he turns and goes back. Hardman, who they didn't have, right? And they go get Hardman and bring him back. And the game-winning drive
all
of
right.
Mahomes.
Do me a favor. Let's just dissect this for a second. Replay it if you can, and stop it when I ask you to, okay? Start.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
Stop. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're laying out.
Yeah, so when you played it and then you heard Romo, if after all of that Romo was the first Romo,
right?
Maybe even more,
right?
Because again, I'm trying to remember the image. It's Hardman, it's him jumping up with Mahomes,
right? The whole
you
thing.
Probably get the Reed shot.
Yes,
sure. Taylor Swift,
yep.
Kansas City.
That's right.
Shanahan,
that's
depressed. Right. Still nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing you can say in this moment is bigger and better than the images.
That's correct. It's called laying out.
And then the replay, maybe once, maybe twice. Then Romo. This is the Andy Reid special. That's fine. Now tell us what happened.
Right.
But he also even in there here this Super Bowl.
Yeah, you heard the little mumble.
Yeah. But the big line was Nance usually has something, whether he writes it out or pre-prepared. He's like, what I'm going to say. Well, his line was going to be jackpot. Okay, get it. It's Las Vegas. and then it was just kind of lost.
Do you still have that queued up, Chris, where it was? You do? All right. Now play it again for a second. Right where.
First and goal.
Okay.
Mahomes flings it. It's there!
Okay.
Hartman! Jackpot, Kansas City!
Got to let it lay out longer. He won't. But now listen to this.
This was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special.
Stop. That's either somebody in his IFB or that's somebody signaling to him. I feel like Tony got confused there because somebody was probably like doing this and then just went and then just said carry on, carry on. But I think that's why he repeated that.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to the one that I always remember, and I'm sure there's other people that do this, but it's the only one where I've ever had anybody tell me, was when Grant Napier would put his hand on Jerry Reynolds' arm, and either if he had something else to call or he wanted to let it lay out, he just lightly put his hand on his arm. And by the way, if you remember the Bogdanovich game winner for the Lakers against the Lakers back in the day, and you saw Doug Christie kind of ducking up and under, that's Grant's hand on Doug's arm. Same thing. So there was a physical signal the play-by-play voice had with the color commentator to let it breathe, and then as soon as you were done there, now go for it. And that's why nobody ever jumped on anyone. Mm-hmm. And it's like for Nance, he's had plenty of great calls, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's almost like you got to seriously rethink the whole Tony Romo thing at this point. Like,
that's Super Bowl overtime.
Yep.
Like you want that to be Nance, let it sit.
Yep.
Romo can fill in the pieces.
100%.
He has his turn to talk. Just let that go a little bit longer. But right before that was even I
was just going to bring that up because that cuts it out. So I do have that clip if you want to hear
that.
Please
I'd love to hear the leading up to it.
When you move to the second quarter, that's right, because I can only feel people out there being like, what's going on?
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hartman! Jackpot, Kansas City!
And this was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special.
That was the chaos, though. Right before that is when, I could only hear. There's Travis Kelce got the first down. They let the play clock. There's 6 seconds left.
Yes.
And he's like, I can only picture people at home going, why aren't they? I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, this is the biggest play of one of the Super Bowls we've ever seen. And then he's leading that in. It was confusing. And then it was very clunky.
It was very clunky.
Yeah.
And
it worked, but it's clunky.
But at what point do you say Romo's a liability in these situations? Where do you want to move? We'll move forward out of territory here. We kind of blew through that. That's on me. What do you think? 9:13?
Wherever. We can get it in maybe all in the next segment. We'll see.
Really?
We can try.
So you're telling me that you think we, and by we I mean me,
or at Niners at 9.
Who's hot, who's not? Recap 3 in the key. We'll recap our pick 6. I think we should move it to 9. I agree with you. Niners at 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's not lost on me that I set up this whole segment ripping a guy for doing the wrong thing on the broadcast by setting up the wrong clip. Hey. Tony makes a lot more money than I do. Yeah. You should expect a lot more from him. When we get back, what's hot, what's not? And we will recap 3 in the key, and we will recap that pick 6. We got a lot more Super Bowl highlights, including we haven't even talked about the halftime show yet. We almost did, but we haven't yet. We'll get into all that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
The venue's set. Families coming in from all over. It's our quinceañera. With all the excitement, it may be easy to overlook COVID-19. It's still a risk, and that's why it's muy importante to get this season's COVID-19 shot ahead of time. It helps protect against COVID-19, which can cause severe illness and hospitalization. So let's set the date, vaccinate, and celebrate. Learn about a vaccine option and book this season's updated COVID-19 shot today at schedulecovidvax.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure that you'll get your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
And Jackson Hewitt also guarantees the accuracy of your return for life. So don't just sit there. For your biggest refund guaranteed, walk into a Jackson Hewitt today and dance out Jackson Hewitt!
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Orange, glad it's time for Who's Hot,
Hey,
Who's Not.
where'd you get that?
Oh, you're orange.
Thank you.
That was a sight gag. Chris Verla
Patrick Mahomes
is, I'm going to guess he's hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yesterday was Patrick Mahomes' third Super Bowl win in 5 years. It's also Mahomes' sixth season starting, meaning he has won a Super Bowl 50% of the time that he starts for Kansas City.
Did you know that Chris said he was going to win 10 Super Bowls?
I did say that
about 3 years ago, and 10 MVPs.
Did he really?
Yes.
He's a third of the way there. Well, yeah, basically
30%.
Yeah.
Also, the Mahomes is 9-2 in the playoffs when the Chiefs trail by 7 or more points.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Like, at this
he's gonna win if you're beating him.
What?
He's going to win.
Oh,
if he's losing to you.
Yeah, that's. Is there any chance maybe like right around this year
you don't vote him off?
Can we get him to like retire for 2 years and then the Niners could just Houston Rockets their way into a couple and
no one would be mad about that.
No one would be mad. And then just have him come back. Well, I don't know. Who's not?
De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, okay. All right. That must be a Shanahan thing. Okay.
Fox did have 15 points against Oklahoma City, but he shot 6 of 17 from the line. Also a terrible 2 of 8 from the 3-point line. And free throws, again, 1 of 3 from the free throw line.
What is the deal there? What is the deal with that? Oh, come on. Come on, De'Aaron. I'm pulling for you. I'm the guy, you got to trade De'Aaron Fox. That's me. I'm like, I feel like I'm like 4 people defending him. I'm not trying to defend, like, I fully acknowledge he's in some sort of a thing, but like, God, the guy like rides or dies for the city, like makes the video about how we're going to change the culture in Sacramento, like doesn't ask out, doesn't ask for a trade, like stays here, works his tail off, like has Luke Laux out at his honeymoon working on stuff, works every summer, like adopts Keegan Murray, doesn't get in any trouble anytime, anywhere, anyhow. And then like 5 minutes ago was averaging 30 points a game. And everyone was like, he's better than Dame Lillard, burp. And now it's like, he doesn't have the heart. He plays too many video games. Like, I kind of want him to cut a rap album so people can yell about that. I'm not saying like, oh, hey, you have to stand behind him no matter what. And you can't criticize him. It's just, guys, can we find a middle ground maybe? And not either he's the MVP or he's Monte Ellis. I don't know, man. All right. We got 3 in the key from Nuggets. let's see how close we were.
All right. It was you, Dave, with me, and Simone, remember. She was here on Friday. And so we just did Friday's game, and this was Kings and the Nuggets. Kings played really well. We had the battle of centers.
We did.
So we wanted the Jokic versus Sabonis numbers. Man, it's probably too. Let me see if we can get this. Dave, you said 25, 8, and 12 for Jokic, with 15, 15, and 11 for Sabonis.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Ooh.
He had 28, 8, and 7, so you were really close there, and 17, 17, and 10.
Hey, that was pretty good.
I said Jokic would have 44, 11, and 6, 20, 19, and 8. Simone was 27, 10, and 9, and 19, 12, and 10. Dave, you get that one.
I think I get that one. Yeah.
Sabokic. We asked the Murrays. Keegan versus Jamal.
Your bonus is awesome. Sorry, go. Hey, did you get your bonus?
Your bonus.
Hey,
neighbor.
Donkey. All right, what now?
Keegan Murray versus Jamal Murray.
Oh, the Murrays.
Davey said Keegan would score 12, Jamal 31. I said 14 and 17, and then someone said 21-26 for Keegan versus Jamal. It was Keegan 17, Jamal just 12.
Yeah, that's Jason W. Ross right there.
And then our random stat, Davey said Mike Brown would win a challenge. I think he did on Friday.
Did he win one on Friday? Oh, he did win one on Friday. That's right. I texted you guys.
Yeah.
No, he lost one.
Not yesterday.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I said we'd have an overtime game. Well, the Kings were up by 32.
Wait.
It's pretty far. Wrong overtime game.
You said we'll have an overtime game.
I know.
Did you say we'll have an overtime game in the Kings and Nuggets? No.
That was my intention.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you see that thing from last week that was circling around yesterday as the Super Bowl was going to overtime? Outgoing CBS Sports president Will McManus was at press. They were having fun. Sean McManus. They were having fun with the whole NFL scripted thing. He's like, well, Roger Goodell has informed me that for the first time ever, we're going to have a double overtime game in the Super Bowl. And everyone's like, oh my God, almost happened. Yeah.
Simone's random stat was there'd be a dust up. No dust up.
No dust ups.
Okay. There you go. That was her 3 in the key.
0 for 3, rookie. It's the rookie wall.
Okay.
And then finally, it's our last one. It's our last pick 6. Last time we hear the bells. Last time we hear the beat. Between now and the next 30 Sundays, it's going to be baseball,
basketball,
Heat, not talking Miami, and the Olympics. Just a bunch of malarkey. This is
almost time for the Hall of Fame game.
I can't wait. It's the opening ceremony. Today's the opening ceremonies for the worst part of the sports year. We're not there yet. It's just the opening ceremonies. And boy, although I will say this. Normally I'm down on baseball, but man, I am stoked. You talk about Northern California baseball this year. It's going to be amazing. When you think about the A's and
catch it.
Right. Catch the fever, hum baby, the Giants shooting for 500, the A's shooting for the all-time worst record ever. It is just, oh my goodness gracious. I can't wait until late June, late July. 3-1 Orioles over the A's. The A's fall to 14-97. Let's break it down. We need to come up with some more benchmarks to make it easy. What was the best baseball game of the night? Who had the best pitching performance? Who had the best hitting performance?
Streak.
Let's just do that. Fill the segments with that. Anyways, pick 6.
All right, pick 6. We asked in the Super Bowl who would have more rushing yards, Purdy or Mahomes? Davey said 38 for Purdy, 42 for Mahomes. I said 14 for Purdy, 11 for Mahomes. Simone said 24 for Purdy, 32 for Mahomes. Davey, you were, I guess, well, I don't know who was closest. 12 for Purdy, 66 for Mahomes, and most of those came late.
Yeah, they did. He's stupid.
More receiving yards. We're looking at the tight ends, Kittle or Kelsey. Davey said 82 for Kittle, 111 for Kelsey. I said 47 for Kittle, 89 for Kelsey. Well, Simone said 79 for Kittle, 84 for Kelsey. The correct answer was 4 for Kittle, 93 for Kelsey.
I thought Kittle said that he was going to be back with a vengeance.
I thought he was too. I think I was the closest there, but not really that close.
Great job.
First 49er to score. Dave went back to Moody. I said Deebo Samuel. Simone said Juice, and it was Moody.
Let's go!
You called that right.
Finally!
Christian McCaffrey, total yards. He had 80 rushing. He had 80 receiving. That's 160.
It is.
Dave, you said 134. I said 141. Simone said 121.
Jason W. Ross.
A little bit closer. The score of the game. Dave picked the Chiefs 38-28, so that's kind of a win there. I picked 49ers 27-23.
Wish you were right.
Simone said 49ers 31-28.
I will actually take my trophy for that and donate it to charity.
Random stat. Dave, you said juice.
Yeah, give me a juicy touchdown. Well, he had a couple of catches in a rush.
I'm trying to read the one Simone had here. What's my writing? Swift enters the suite.
Oh, Taylor Swift enters the suite.
Enters suite. We'll have Swift entering the suite footage.
Oh.
There was that in the pregame.
Yeah, they had her making her arrival and all that. And her flight was the most watched flight on Flight Radar. And it's like,
she made it.
It's a great job. All right.
And then I had another 49er other than Brock Purdy would throw a pass. Ching, ching, ching,
Yo, that
Tutty as well. Jennings to McCaffrey.
Honest to God, I think you saved it till the end, but I want to say that's probably the best random stat win of the year. Like, honestly, that another 49er other than Purdy would throw a pass in the Super Bowl.
And that, by the way, was the description of what are you doing?
Yo.
Oh my gosh, what a play.
I tweeted it.
That was Jason's Brasoi.
Hold on.
Brasoi?
Biggest
best random
stat of the year.
Brasoi.
No, Brasotti. Of the year.
Oh, of the year. Brasotti.
Yeah. That's your Brasotti. Biggest random stat of the year. Yeah.
Bristy. Brosty.
Biggest random stat of the year. No, because it's Sodi at the end. Or Sodi.
Yes.
We're good.
But weren't you thinking the same thing? Like, oh, no. Don't throw that.
I tweeted it. I said that might be the biggest no, yes play I've ever seen in my life. And
then it was like, okay, it's going to work for a few yards. Oh, my gosh, he scored. Like, I didn't even think once he caught it was that big of a play.
I, honest to God, was like, you're either getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage or that is I thought when James threw the pick six.
Yeah, it was
100%. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Niners at 9. We'll talk
down territory.
Yeah, we will talk about what's next for these guys. Do they still have the window, or is the window closing on some thumbs and fingers?
Or to the walls.
From the window to the walls to the 4 down territory.
Calls.
Thank you. And halftime show at some point too. We'll get to all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down.
Look at that sweet moolah!
That big old cash cow.
Look at all that money!
File for free with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense, can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting. at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yo. Hey, Bobby. We'll talk to Matt Barrows. He's traveling. We'll get him tomorrow.
Frankie tomorrow.
Sean Salisbury tomorrow. Greg Papa later in the week as we post-mortem.
Well, we have till Friday for that.
Yeah.
It's sad, Papa.
Yeah, sad Papa. Alan on the text line.
Shameful performance.
Alan says the Oakland A's are all I have left. Well, Alan. Alan, we
stay strong, Alan.
We need to talk, Alan. Yeah. All right, 4 down territory. Let's get this out of the way right now, please. 4 down territory, which will continue for the rest of the week before we put 4 down territory in its nice little hibernation blanket. Bring it back out in September. Christopher Law, question 1, please.
This past season, we all circled the 49ers game versus Philadelphia. Next season, the 49ers host Kansas City. Will we be doing the same thing?
Oh, yeah. Wow, I really sound like Kool-Aid guy there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if this game was in Kansas City, that might have been the season opener. Like, if the Niners won, I think that was the opening game of the season. Niners getting their rings, hosting Kansas City. I saw something yesterday. It listed, like, all the teams Kansas City could host. Yeah.
On that Thursday. You're right, though. Yes, but also, yes. However, it's like when we beat the Eagles this year, is before the Eagles completely collapsed. I was like, okay, cool, but let's do it in the postseason. Like, yeah, I'm going to have that game circled. I want to beat their you-know-what, but even if we do, it's like, okay, cool, but let's do it in the Super Bowl. Okay?
Yeah, and look, it's too fresh for the Niners, but I hope they don't do this offseason what they did a little bit of last season. We're better than the Eagles. Like, they talked a lot about that, and I didn't like that. I mean, they proved it. Not proved it. In the regular season, they just dominated them. But they really were talking a lot about that last offseason. The Chiefs got you. I mean, you could have easily won yesterday. Had the Niners won, I wouldn't have felt they were the better team. The Chiefs won, I don't feel like that. Like, it's really even. But whatever, just move on.
Seriously, lose with class. Like, I don't want to see anyone, the usual suspects, going out there on their podcasts and being like, "Oh, the Chiefs had nothing. We should have beat them." Okay, well, you didn't.
You did not.
And you know what? Your quarterback didn't go down with a thumb in the first quarter. You know. Give me a break, dude. Right. Give credit where credit's due. The loss sucked, and yes, I believe you could have beaten that team, but you didn't.
Yep.
2nd down, please.
If you are a 49er fan, are the Chiefs your new number 1 rival?
Well, you are a Niner fan, Dave. Is this your rivalry number 1 now? If not, who would it be?
It's just tough for me to put anybody up above the Cowboys.
Okay.
That's just ingrained. Like, the Chiefs are the Chiefs are, and by the way, are the Chiefs a rivalry? We haven't beaten them.
Well, but yeah, 2 Super Bowl losses, like, in painful ways.
I think the Chiefs are. Look, I think the Cowboys are the biggest rival, but it's also like you kind of pat them on the head and you're like, "Aw, you Cowboys," like they're not a threat.
But like, if you as a Niner fan beat the Chiefs in 12 years from now in a Super Bowl, you'll love it, you'll enjoy it. But if it's not Andy Reid or Mahomes, like, I never got those.
Never got to them. It's the same thing next year. If we beat them in the regular season, I mean, I know some people will be crowing, but it's like, bro, beat them in the playoffs. I don't care about the regular season. I'd rather beat them than not. But yeah, I'd say it's Cowboys are like the traditional rival and will always be number 1. But like, because I don't really feel a rivalry with the Rams anymore. But the Chiefs are like the biggest obstacle. Like that it is what it is. 3rd down, please.
What will you miss most about the NFL being done until September?
The radio content. It's a fact. That is a 100% fact. Our job literally gets harder now until September. And we have the postmortem of football. Then we get into basketball playoffs and all that. Those will be done in June. And instead of, weekends coming back, it's Kings. Pitchers and catchers will report. I can't stress enough how I don't know what I'm going to do with baseball. I wasn't into it last year, and it's going to be worse this year. I don't know what the hell we're going to do there. The Olympics sound great. Sounds like it's going to be fun, and we'll talk about it, but it's not like we're going to be like, oh, my God, did you see? Like, we'll talk about it, but it ain't like the NFL. The NFL is content. It is content king, and yeah, I mean, it definitely kicks into it. You have to work a little bit harder in this job, pulling back the curtain. I ain't bitching. I mean, I guess I am kind of bitching, but it is just what it is. This job becomes tougher until September.
Yeah, I think I'll miss, besides the obvious of hey, there's a Thursday night game, a Monday night game, it's Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings, and that could be in September when it's still warm and hot, but it's like, oh, man, football is here, starting a new season, expectations, your fantasy team, whatever you've got, all the hopes of your team till later in the year when it's cold and you're inside and you're watching football too, all the way to the end when you get the best teams and the best games. So it's just the layout for NFL is perfect. That's why it's king. Like you say, for us, for content, Monday is a perfect recap of the weekend. You probably get 2 days of that. Then you start to build up into the new week. It's just, it's really good theater. NFL is tough to beat.
Can I tell you as well that there's this I've never experienced this before, but now that I'm doing the soccer stuff overseas, I have a bunch of soccer followers on Twitter from England. And so leading up to this, I'm tweeting about it so much that they're getting into the mix. And they're all like, I don't understand. American football is crap. Like, I want to watch. It's rugby with pads. And then we get into this whole thing where, what did this one guy say? He's like, American football is boring. And I'm like, I'm trying to be careful because, I kind of work for the soccer people over there. But I'm like, bro, American football is boring. You score like 1.5 times a game. Well, American football players wearing all those pads, if that was me, I'd wear a dress, one guy said. And I'm like, bro, you're a fan of a sport where a dude gets sneezed on and he rolls around for 10 yards until a magic spray comes out. And then it turned into this whole England versus USA. I'm Sam the Eagle versus the Redcoats over there trying to defend like how terrible American football is. It's like, dude.
Bro.
I mean,
well,
soccer doesn't stop and start every 15 seconds.
No, it's just soccer. You have one break.
When does it start?
It's the best. It's 45 minutes, halftime, 45 minutes, over.
The best. You don't get ushered.
No, it's not, though. Even there, you're wrong.
Timing's
That's
off.
not how it works.
It's kind of a mystery amount
it's
of time.
45 minutes. And then,
let's go with 6.
See, that's what I love about that too. It's that there's no like set rules. It's just vibes.
Then halftime.
That feels like you cheated there.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
It feels like we'll give about 7 more minutes.
Right. Oh, no. Injury time. We've got, it's 10 minutes. We had 12 minutes of time on Saturday. 12 minutes. Barn bombs down. It looks like he's dying. The spray came out. I don't know. His name popped into my head.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Rugby. Get out of me. Fourth down, Chris.
If the 49ers got the stop in OT, who do you think would have been the MVP of the game?
I don't think it would have been McCaffrey. I don't think it would have been Purdy.
I felt like the candidates were McCaffrey and Jennings.
And I thought the candidates were Jennings and Moody.
Oh, Moody, interesting.
I mean,
so it would have been tough.
Because he had what? Did he have 3 field goals or 2? Just the 2 or the 3? He had 3, right?
3, 2 50s. And a short one, shorter.
2
missed extra point, though. But they all had like a miss. McCaffrey's fumble was big when it happened, but he had 160 yards and a touchdown. Jennings had 2 touchdowns, so he threw one and caught one.
First wide receiver ever in the postseason to catch and throw for one. He's only one of 2 players to catch and throw along with Nick Foles.
What was Purdy's final numbers? I don't even remember. And it wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible.
I don't think he had a turnover, right?
It was fine. It was okay.
No, he didn't have a turnover.
No, he didn't have a turnover.
He started hot.
I'll let Choky Mahomes. 23 of 38, 255 for a touchdown. He
would have got some consideration too.
The other thing that's so great and simultaneously frustrating about Patrick Mahomes is that Niners defensive line had him rattled.
For a while.
For a while.
Yeah, that's where they should have got separation.
That's exactly right. And you know, one thing that gets lost in a loss, shout out to Sacramento's Eric Armstead.
Mm-hmm. He had a good game.
One of the best games of his life, man.
Yeah.
He had a wonderful game.
But I bet he's like the rest where you go, the last 4 possessions the Chiefs scored, and 3 of them, they went the length of the field. As good. I mean, the defense was really good. But the last 3 times they went the length of the field to score, either field goals or touchdowns. And you just go, as good as they were, I said earlier, 9 possessions, they gave up 6 points. So good. The last 4, they couldn't stop them.
No, they couldn't. And they're going to replay that a lot. In their
All of
heads.
them will. Everyone. McCaffrey will. Purdy will. The offense will. Shanahan will. Moody. Defense. Man.
Should they be back in the gym today? Should Kyle Shanahan cancel all vacations?
No.
That's a big football guy move, though, isn't it? I was back in. Debo landed from the airport. I don't know why I picked Debo. He landed, went straight to the gym in Santa Clara, and worked out till 4 a.m.
Good for him.
Good for him. Ramiz, good morning. You're on with Dave and Jason.
First of all, I've been listening to you guys for a long time, man, and I just got to put this out there. Just to despise the Niners, man. This fan base is one of the most bandwagon fan bases of all 3 major sports. And Carmichael, Dave, I want to point out what you said about, your defensive line, stopping Mahomes. That's the difference between a game manager and a game changer. Purdy's a game manager, and Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, is a game changer, man. I lost my voice screaming so much because I despise this franchise, man.
Who's your team? Who's your team?
Who's your team? Hold on, I'm not done yet.
No, but who's your team? Hey, who's your team? Who's your team?
The Niner fan base.
Who's your team?
I'm
gonna give him a second. Let him do his thing. But you're gonna come in and take over the show, especially when you're trolling. Let's give him another chance. Who's your team? You can turn it down. Who's your team? Answer the question. I'll let you go. Who's your team? No, we lose him. We lost him. I'm gonna go. No chance. He's not. He's either one of 3, and I'll rank them in order of most likely. You going with me here? All right. Number 1, most likely Raider fan. Number 2, Cowboy fan. Number 3, Eagle fan.
Okay, I only put 2 down,
and that would be Raiders and Cowboys. You're 100% right. Come on, call back, Ramiz. I just want to know.
He's called many times before.
Yeah, has he?
Yeah, I know Ramiz. Yeah.
I just want to know. I want to know. Well, first off, he's so fired up. But what did we say? What was the exact point? He must not have been listening. I brought up earlier. I said the stupidest take you're going to hear all day is people weaponizing Patrick Mahomes against Brock Purdy.
Yeah, if that's your comp, Purdy loses
every time.
He does.
And anyone who ever was saying Purdy was Mahomes, I
don't know who was.
And I swear to God, I don't know who was.
Yeah.
Sure as hell wasn't me or anybody I know. If you're using that, well, then every single quarterback in the NFL other than Patrick Mahomes is a game manager. And by the way, Mahomes was checking down more than Purdy yesterday. Mahomes managed the game.
He saved the best for last. He
100%.
made the plays that he needed. He's the kind of guy that can carry a team that may not be as depth-wise talented. Purdy could have won the Super Bowl, though. That team could. I mean,
absolutely.
And it wasn't in spite of him. He was there. He could have had a better game, but he wasn't. He didn't cost the Niners the game.
The problem is that you have some fans, and I recognize this because I've done this as a Kings fan before. I'm not above it, but you have some fans whose teams are either so irrelevant or so terrible that their favorite team becomes whoever the team they hate the most is playing.
Mm-hmm.
And generally they hate that team the most because they're surrounded by that team's fans who are having a great time, and misery loves company.
Yeah.
Ramiz, come on, man. I know you're listening. Call back. I just want to know who your team is to solve the issue, and then we can have a back and forth. And I'm giving you a podium, dude. Don't just ring and run. Oh, game manager. Get off of me. Yes, Brock Purdy is not Patrick Mahomes. This just in.
That's the hottest of takes.
Brock Purdy in his first full year, in his first full year, took Patrick Mahomes to overtime. And in his first half year, not even that, got to the NFC Championship game, was 4 for 4 and got hurt. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mind the other stuff, but God, just have an intelligent take on the whole thing. Like, we haven't made one excuse for the 49ers. All credit to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But let's not chase dumb narratives like that. Like, at this point, if you're still a Brock Purdy game manager guy, there's something else going on in your life. Like, there's another reason. You need to dip your head in the toilet and flush, because football ain't your game. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get some final thoughts on the Super Bowl. Commercials, halftime show. We covered a little bit of Nance and Romo and more. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton's President's Day savings. Unleash luxury and precision in a new Acura Integra, RDX, MDX, or TLX. Quality meets affordability with savings on our best selection. Get to AcuraofStockton.com and start your experience today. On the road in style. Visit us today or go to AcuraofStockton.com. Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Yeah, I imagine it. Of course you have glasses, Jason. I mean, I do too. I never wear them.
You wore them here at one of the shows.
I wore them. Yeah, I did, because my son had just gotten glasses, and I wanted to do the whole, like, hey, buddy, I'm with you. But then he lost his glasses. I'm like, screw you, kid. I'm not wearing them. I look like a nerd.
Dork.
I don't think I've ever. When do you use the glasses?
Not enough, according to my eye doctor.
Oh, you really have glasses, Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never even seen you with glasses.
Same here.
And that's what they said. So I told them even about like a rundown. I told her, and she goes, "You don't have to use it." I go, "No, I can read that just fine."
Yeah.
But I should
now, are you? I
glasses
forget
more.
which one it is. Like, I can read this great. I can
have no
read
problem with
it.
it.
But like, I can read all this just fine.
Yeah.
But like street signs, I have an issue with. That looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason with glasses. Look
But
great.
This just in.
There you go.
And are you? May I see them? I just want to see how. Maybe I'll be very careful. I just want to see where our prescriptions are here. So are you the same? Like, street signs are tough, but things.
No, I think it's up close. Yeah, no, street signs are fine. It's up close. I think would be more. So is that far-sighted or nearsighted? I can't remember. It's always the opposite.
My fat head. Yeah. If I go,
is it bad?
No. Like right here, it's perfect. Like the writing here, this is working great on the.
And those are the what are they called?
Are these
Transitions
called what? Cheaters or
no? Not cheaters.
Bifocal.
I guess where you can.
Oh, bifocals.
Where you can keep them on basically, and if you look like down low, I don't know. I've never really used glasses, obviously.
Yeah.
I think the point was so I could use them maybe at a Kings game,
right,
where I could still see the court just fine.
Yeah.
And then it's a little bit darker up here. Trying to read stats, it's harder.
I think that's bifocals.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's their business. I'm not judging.
But in the end, it's like I can get by and I can see everything just fine. This I can see 100%
perfectly. Yeah, this is clear as heck.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
So it gets to the spot where like every once in a while I go, I wish I had them on, but then it's like, it's become more of a chore.
Well, I think there were a lot of people.
Chris thought I was wearing glasses when I was watching the Super Bowl.
With your little accountant,
which I was not. but I had pages and pages.
You do have to. You broke the whole thing down. We're gonna have to get into that.
I'm guessing you would hear something as you're writing something down, like, wait, no, that's not right, and then you'd look back at your notes. No, that was the second quarter when he did that.
Yes, and I wrote down the commercials that I liked.
You did?
Yeah, a couple of them.
What was your favorite one?
I don't know if I had a favorite. Did you have a favorite?
I did, and I'll wait. It was the most stupid one out there, and I'm probably the only I'm literally
the one I liked was really stupid.
The only person in the world that liked that commercial. I promise you. What was yours?
The mullet.
Mullet one was pretty good.
Party in the
party in the front. Well, it was party in the front. No, business in front, party in the rear. It was Kawasaki.
Yeah.
And I remember, so I've had two things over the weekend. And I remember turning to the people that I was with, and I go, how you're paying $7 million to reach 20 people with this? Who the hell is in the market for a Kawasaki 4-wheel go over the hills and rivers thing? Like, I understand there's people that want it, but how many? And then the other thing I had a question about, guys, is have you seen the Morgan Freeman SETI commercials on the Kings broadcasts? They're all over the Kings broadcast. They have been all year. It's Morgan Freeman's like, we're looking for aliens. We are SETI for a new blah, blah.
I don't think so.
Dude, I'm telling you, right? And all I'm thinking is like, okay, number one, where is SETI getting the money for Morgan Freeman and all this commercial time? Number two, what's the point of the ad? You're not asking for donations. What you just want us to? Oh, you know what? I'm glad I know SETI exists now. I know SETI exists. I watch Contact.
And my friend Andy Dufresne.
I mean, like, unless it's like the airplane commercials. Like
the airport,
the airport, the SAC International Airports that run all the time. I've said it before. Like, they spend a buttload of money on the Kings broadcast, and I'm like, is there somebody sitting here going, I was going to go to Oakland, but we have an
airport.
We have an airport. Well, I'm there.
Yeah,
let's go. Here we go. Come on, Morgan.
Finding life beyond Earth is no longer a dream.
It's like every Kings game.
It's a discovery that will likely be made during our lifetime.
And he just goes on and on to Morgan
and Freeman. It will change everything.
And it shows like, Mars and stuff. And it's like, we are the SETI Institute. I'm like, what is the point of the ad?
Yeah. The two that I put stars by, they got stars. I think you would have liked this one.
Yeah.
It was for Paramount Plus.
See, I saw that one early. I love that one.
Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Shut your face, Barrymore. Like, I thought that was funny.
So stupid.
And then the Popeyes one where Ken Jennings, like, what else has changed?
Yes.
That one made me laugh. He was frozen. Yeah, what'd I say?
Ken Jennings.
Oh, did I? Yes, even funnier. Ken Jeong, where he's frozen like from the 70s or whatever.
Yes,
I mean, it made me laugh.
I actually enjoyed both of those. The Picard one, you had
seen that one?
Yeah, I had, but it was the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
Chris. Sorry.
I was gonna say the other one I wrote down. I don't know how that was great. I thought it had potential was the Duncan one with
it was
Brady and
the
Matt
cameos
Damon.
were the best.
Yeah.
Remember when I said I'd do anything for you?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Matt, you can stay, or Tom, you can stay.
How do you like them? Donuts. Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
Really sorry.
Yeah.
Chris, what was yours?
The mullet one.
The mullet one. Right. I don't even know if you guys will remember this one, but again, this is only me, dude. I am the only one in the world that would possibly like this.
Scallions, cheese.
Oh,
What
no,
do
I
you
liked
make
it.
with this?
I wrote it down.
Mayo.
And the Pete Davidson part.
Hellman's.
Holy, you can talk. And then she says, and boom, Hellman saves the leftovers.
Is that funny?
Oh my gosh, this cat is talking. She can't spell.
And now, our keynote speaker.
But when they showed like the People magazine and the separation from Pete Davidson, lasted longer than most.
The thing is the cat's not really talking. It's just meowing, and it sounds like mayo. And the whole world freaks out about it. It's like, bro, it's just a meow. Meow.
Not as good as English Chihuahua.
Oh, English Chihuahua is the absolute best.
Do you like the T-Mobile auditions?
Wait, which one was that?
Like Bradley Cooper.
Oh, yes.
His mom, Laura Dern. a few other people.
This is the one we did your homework for you. The one Jeff Goldblum where they're running through. That was fine.
There was a couple through things like homes.com had a bunch like that just kept going, and apartments.com. Like, okay.
Then they had the Robert Kennedy commercial that I did not.
Yeah.
Did anybody, by the way, did anybody else, because the whole thing was like Kennedy, and all I was thinking was swing the batter from Ferris Bueller.
I always like when there's like the one local break and you get someone that got, lucky enough. And who was the guy that was like the bail bondsman that would catch the football and do like some former.
Okay, yeah, that was the best one.
What was it? He had a line too. You get caught you get stuck in a space or something like that. Right. Call Ace, and then it's like the Heisman towards the TV.
A couple of years ago, it was like Good Feet.
Yeah,
we always get the one local one.
Yeah.
I was thinking, actually, I was having this conversation. My first ever Super Bowl commercial memory, not your first Super Bowl memory, but your first Super Bowl commercial memory. I totally remember it. It was an NBC promo for a brand new series they had debuting directly after the game called the A-Team. That is my first commercial I remember.
Oh, Mr. T was in one. The Skechers with Romo.
Yes. Yeah. Something with it's with a T or something like that. Yeah.
They were fine. I mean, how about halftime?
So, look, I get that. Like, I like Usher, and I'm not like his biggest fan, but like he's. In fact, there was a clip that resurfaced that Simone tweeted out about. Our guy Kyle saying it was too niche. Yeah. Exactly. And I was like, no way, dude. Like, that was a rare W by me. I actually thought it was not great.
Really?
At all.
Okay.
I thought it was, I know, and like I'm gonna get piled on here, but I'll go against the grain a little bit. I would divide it up into two halftime shows. I would divide it up into everything what I would say PLJ, okay? Pre-Lil Jon. The moment Lil Jon came on the screen, from that point on, I put it like top 5 halftime shows.
Okay.
Ever. It was amazing. It was so cool. But like even the Alicia Keys back and forth was a little strained. I thought he was off key a bunch. He should have lip synced more,
Alicia
especially when he was dancing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was Alicia off key.
I thought it. Yeah, I think it started slowly, but I thought it just got better and better and better. When he came out on the roller skates, I'm like, oh my god, yeah,
that
was impressive.
Went through the legs, the whole, And
then Ludacris, Lil Jon,
Ludacris was great.
Alicia
CeeLo
Keys,
CeeLo came out. Yeah, CeeLo was like randomly out there. Was like, he was just like, hey, everybody.
It was Jermaine Dupri.
What?
It was Jermaine Dupri.
That wasn't CeeLo.
Oh my god, no.
That's 100% what I thought it was.
Oh my god, this whole time I thought that was CeeLo Green. Really?
When I first saw it, I'm like, why is CeeLo Green here? And then I looked on Twitter, and it's like, oh man, Jermaine Dupri looking like CeeLo Green.
I was just rolling with what you said. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it was CeeLo. Oh, all right. Well,
the skates part was
amazing.
That was cool.
That was. Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic halftime show. Yeah. Super entertaining. I thought the Usher was great. The guests,
that's always what makes Usher on his own would have been fine. He's definitely an entertainer.
Yeah,
but I always appreciate who's coming in next. You're like, okay, this is cool.
And that's kind of what we said in that Kyle clip was like, he's great. You're gonna need some guests.
Yeah, which most of them, all of them do.
Yeah. Although I will say, there was a little part of me that was like, Taylor Swift showing up somewhere in this, isn't she? Like she's in the building.
I think that could have gone either way too. Like. Some people would have loved it. Others would have hated it.
People would have absolutely hated it. Oh, the other commercial. What was it? As we break, there was like a trifecta, dude. It was like they went to break. There was 3 of them, and I can only remember 2. But it was like they went to the big old giant Pfizer commercial, and then the commercial immediately after it was Bud Light. But it was like a trifecta of triggering, and the Pfizer one was like
was it the Bud Light Genie? And then they go back to the stadium, and those people were all in the booth.
It was. Oh no, I know what it was. It was. Yeah. It was Taylor Swift. So they went like Pfizer, Bud Light, Taylor Swift. I think all in a row, or the other way around. It was like, wow, you're trying to anger the Midwest, but hey, it's Super Bowl. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight? And we'll have more Super Bowl stuff as well as we're having fun. We'll crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. We'll do all that right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento
Here's
Kings.
a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. We're looking at a cool start out there. Could see some patchy areas of frost or some fog. Into the afternoon, we'll see partly cloudy skies today, highs in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here at Folsom Lake Kia. Shop my favorite dealer, Folsom Lake Kia, for low interest rates, low payments with zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia for over 25 years right here in Sacramento.
Awesome. Hey, babe, can you check the front door? My package is here.
Yeah, on it. Hey, are we still watching our show tonight?
New episode on Prime? You bet. That reminds me, let's hit Whole Foods this afternoon. We need snack supplies.
From package deliveries to entertainment and even fresh groceries, Amazon is in front of thousands of customers every single day. Learn how you can leverage their reach for your business. Text digital to 916-766-5105 now. Make the smart move. Text digital to 916-766-5105.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Welcome to the President's Day sale, happening now at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Celebrate with us and get huge savings on our giant selection. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company Zone Report.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Shop can't miss deals on appliances this President's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances, like LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances. Shop in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hey, it's Boost Mobile here with a great deal to keep you connected. Now, when you switch to Boost, you get 4 lines for $100, plus 4 free 5G smartphones like the Galaxy A15 or the Moto G Stylus 5G. We're here to bring you the best phones on America's largest 5G networks, so you can get after it. Switching is easy. Just head to your local Boost Mobile store. That's 4 lines and 4 phones for $100, only at a Boost Mobile near you. Requires port-in, auto-pay, and ID verification. Available in select markets only. Other restrictions apply. See participating stores for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Hey, Dave.
Hi.
Aren't you the kind of the jinx person, right?
I am.
So I've got to
Every
ask.
single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
Right.
So based on that, your comment and that comment, do you notice something's missing in the studio today?
Yes. No.
From back there? See a couple of Niners?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's CMC?
Exactly.
Where is he?
I just want to see where you would rate this on the jinx meter. So yesterday I was here for the Kings game, and Kyle was here wearing his Chiefs gear, Mahomes jersey, and you know he's roommates with Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Simone said she wanted to celebrate the game with CMC. So Kyle took CMC out of the studio yesterday and to their place, I guess. Now,
Patrick Mahomes jersey wearing Kyle Ledbetter took
for Simone
Christian McCaffrey out of the building.
Okay. So had the Niners won an MVP, we couldn't even have had him up there.
You know what? Strike one was rating everybody's food. Strike two was him getting John Quincy Adams wrong.
I know, that was pretty good.
Strike three.
That was gold for us. But Simone requested it too.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You've been here all season long? Or your season never ends?
Okay. Well, you know what, Kyle?
Just noted.
We got a new boss in. We're going to have to talk a little later today. Also, we were going over commercials. The one thing I forgot, like, look, I'm not trying to get in trouble here. I know I'm going to say something, and I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Oh boy,
I'm saying with like all due. I'm saying with like
so
all.
You can't get in trouble because you're saying that.
Yeah, with all due respect.
No,
you're
I
not
can.
gonna get in
I
trouble.
feel like I no. This is just like I know. Look, I'm not trying to offend. I'm just. Can I just ask? Do we live in a world where I can just ask a legit question?
It depends on what the question
And
is.
then
is it legit to everyone?
I hope they take it as legit. I'm not trying to clown. I promise. I literally this was a question I had. Super Bowl ads are how what did they say? 7 million?
I don't even know.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Tons of money.
Okay. It's just like my legit question.
I think I know where you're
this
going
coming
here.
from a really good place. You saw the Jesus commercials, right?
A couple of them, yeah. Powerful.
I'm not even going to comment on them because I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just simply asking the question. Okay, so remember how I was talking about the SAC airport and the SETI and I know the airport exists. I'm not the most religious guy, but I'm aware of Jesus. 100% aware of him. How many hungry people could those commercials have fed is my question. Legitimately, was that the best use of the money? And I know that someone's going to come back and be like, well, you guys spread that. I hear you, but I found myself asking the question, maybe run one ad and be like, we were going to run 3, but the other 14. Everything for me goes back. It all goes back, Jason, to everybody should learn from Drake. Where am I going with this?
Where are you going?
Where am I going with this? As a matter of fact, the name of the song was God's Plan. And Drake took the entire budget for the video God's Plan. And the whole video was this low budget, low rent version, just some cameras and mics. And all he did was take stacks of cash and hand it out to people in need. And like a mom and her son on a bench, and he hands them like 10 grand, and she starts crying about like he can go to school now. And then it's he donates a bunch of stuff to his school, and he spends the whole budget for this like super awesome rap video, and you're gonna have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Nope. It's just gonna be me going around. I think it was Miami, me going around whatever city he was in, and I'm just gonna do really good things with the money, and we're gonna check out people's reactions, and this is gonna be awesome, and this is super feel good. And my thing is like, is that where we want? Was that the best? So I would invite someone. I honestly want to know. Someone's going to be like, well, here's why. And I want to know that perspective, because the people I asked yesterday probably wasn't the right crowd, because they were like, I don't know.
I don't think you want to know the answer.
I'm not saying I'll agree with the answer, but wouldn't mind knowing the answer. Just that's a lot of money, man. I think 3 commercials. Is it 3 commercials? $21 million. That's a lot of bread. No pun intended. What to watch tonight? Warriors and Jazz. Golden State looking for 4 straight wins, including that win over the Suns.
Oh, great.
Freaking Draymond. Just, him
and Nurkic.
Come on, guy.
Yeah. And Steph game winner. So now Phoenix coming off that one, going to the Kings tomorrow.
I don't think the whole, like, I don't have a problem necessarily with the him and Nurkic stuff, because Nurkic did the too small. Like, okay, turnabout's fair play. Just keep it clean. And then he had to bump him on the way. Well, even that's fine. Whatever. The whole, like, did you see what he was yelling at Durant after the game? But, 4 rings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did he say afterwards? He wants me to be quiet. Quiet people don't win championships. And Draymond Green is
that proven?
Yeah. He is a, I feel like Brad Lohaus was very quiet with the Celtics. He won a title. Burned. Dennis Johnson, he was quiet. He was quiet. He just went out and did his thing. Burned. Nuggets, Bucks. That's interesting. Who's going to get out coached in that one? Let me guess. Sixers, Cavs. Cavs are just woof.
Crazy hot.
They really are right now. Like, this has got to be the hottest stretch anybody's had all year. I will right up there with the Clippers. I think.
Into that buyout, Sixers got Lowry, Lakers got Dinwiddie.
Mm-hmm. Shockingly, every buyout team, every buyout player goes to LA.
Everyone.
Like all of them ever, Jason, in the history of buyouts. And T-Wolves and Clippers battle for first. Like, honest to goodness. T-Wolves, Clippers battle for first. There's a lot of good basketball on tonight.
Yeah, see, football ended. There's still stuff to watch.
Should the NBA be outlawed on Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes, I took this. So I didn't know this yesterday. That was the 10th time the Kings have played on Super Bowl Sunday. I thought this was like a couple, but since they've been in Sacramento, 10 of their 39 years they played on Super Bowl Sunday. What are they doing? And one of them was a home game against OKC that went OT. And I was thinking yesterday when the Kings were coming back, this is going to go overtime, isn't it?
Wait, they played OKC before on Super Bowl Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't remember.
At Arco.
Oh, shit. What are you doing?
That was the Steelers-Cardinals game.
Is that like no, because they had what was the other one, the Celtics and the whoever's yesterday, so it's not like it's just for some lame team.
Yeah, and there's 2
it's
yesterday.
It's not like we're being punished,
but they put respect on the NCAA championship. They don't play that day. On voting day they don't play on Christmas Eve, but for whatever reason Super Bowl they just want to poke the bear a little bit and play a couple games on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, then why can't the Lakers be it then? Right?
Because LeBron had to attend the game.
From the 530 Raider Nation, baby.
There they are. Timing, perfect.
To be fair, this is the best time to be a Raider fan.
Why?
They're not playing. Everybody's got the same record. there is a chance they could win the Super Bowl.
You said the first playoff game ever at your stadium, and it was between your arch rival and the Niners. Your locker room still smells of old booze from the champagne that your arch rival, the Chiefs, right all over. The next day, you decide to wake up and drink your Bud Light and go,
Raiders.
You gotta love them, man. Seriously. It's like when you come home and your dog craps all over the house, but he like brings you a bone and you're like, it's
just like that.
It's just like, you just gotta pat him on the head. You guys are lovable. You guys are lovable weirdos. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will crosstalk Styles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays, and more. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. We're right back.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and me the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Jiffy Lube, your place for oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. Hey, for valuable coupons and a location near you, visit jiffylube.com.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Get ready for an exciting drive in the 2024 Kia Forte GT line, now at Elk Grove Kia for just $19,988. Experience efficiency with an impressive 39 mpg, smooth rides with automatic transmission, and stay on track with a lane departure warning system for only $19,988. Enjoy modern conveniences with its huge 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation and a rear camera, Bluetooth wireless technology, and the ease of push-button start for only $19,988. Or lease this incredible ride with no cash out of pocket for only $279 per month plus tax. You heard right. No money down and only $279 plus tax. Elk Grove Kia, where driving dreams come true. Visit us today in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovekia.com.
Sale price $20,738. Dealer choice rebate $750. Net price $19,988. Month finance through Kia Finance 5 at this price. 24 months with zero cash down. Residual of $63,950 based on 10K per year. 20 cents a month. Over zero security deposit. Kia Tier 1 approval required. Expires 2/15/2024.
Elk Grove Kia. Get in zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in zone. AutoZone.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
What about the giant blocking of coffee?
It's like computer. How about this tower of coffee?
Need some coffee this morning, Brian. Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
A little disappointed you guys, but we'll get to that in a second.
Here we go.
Anyways, Jason told me earlier, I think it was in the last segment, you'll notice behind me, look at it's Brock Purdy, it's Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Missing somebody.
Kittle? CMC?
Chris McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Because apparently...
Yeah, he's not there.
Yeah, Kyle Ledbetter took him on Sunday.
Yesterday.
Patrick Mahomes jersey wearing Kyle Ledbetter back to the house so Simone could watch the game with Christian McCaffrey. He took the Christian McCaffrey cutout out of the room on Super Bowl Sunday as a Chiefs fan.
Well, you know, Kyle's the only person who works here.
Oh, the only one. Nobody else would want it at all.
Or need it, or like, it wouldn't be good set dressing or anything if they would have won.
That's exactly what I said. If they win and if he's like MVP, we'd love to have him.
Well, it doesn't matter because Kyle needed it.
He needed it.
He needed it.
And Simone, though, asked for it.
Right.
It's
It's one thing if you're going around the entire building stealing everyone's food. Number one. Okay, it's one thing if you can't get John Quincy Adams right. You think he's John Adams' grandson. That's like, oh, cute. It's Kyle. He's young. He wears weird, those pants. By the way, are you wearing Christopher Loud's pants today? Did you see that picture? They're very similar. You both have they're
sweats.
No, those are sweats.
I'm just trying to survive here.
Yeah, you're just trying to make it through.
Yeah,
it's some days.
But when now you're and then he wore a Mahomes jersey on the home of the Niners.
Yeah, that's right. Friday and yesterday.
So he's just trolling.
And Usher can't do halftime.
Yeah, that one.
Played you that part earlier.
Yeah, now I'm out.
He's too niche.
I'm out now.
So what point do we go from he's cute and silly and let's pat him on the head, he's a youngster of the team, and we're gonna have to reconsider the nature of our association.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
Maybe it's time.
Rough.
Rachel to the rest.
It's not a great stretch right now.
So speaking of,
by the way,
not
only is he because we don't police fandom here, but
we don't.
Sometimes there's some bad ones.
Yeah,
he was a Chargers fan before the Chiefs.
Tough.
How do you move intra-division? How does it even happen?
I think it's because they left San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But then you go to they left San Diego.
You take on the Lions.
While the Chiefs are on a dynasty run.
Yeah.
You the Kings moved. I'm gonna be a Warriors fan.
Right.
Which if the Warriors were 3 states away. What
Crazy.
a wiener. Sorry. I didn't mean to use language.
Yeah, language.
I want a review from you guys.
Yeah,
man.
Scale of 1 to 10. How good was John Mole's Roadkill Grill?
It was
a bunch of
we used the money that you gave us to eat dinner.
No faces.
The burnt ends were
phenomenal.
Oh my gosh. The raccoon?
The raccoon.
Incredible.
We had
like chicken.
Honestly, once we got out there, leaving the strip for any reasons felt like a no-go.
Even if your ride was paid for.
Well, our dinner was supposed to be paid for.
Oh,
I said I would.
Yeah, you did.
It's just like,
you sure did.
It's just
say
like
that.
It's just like HR. We had to show them the receipt.
I said I'd Venmo. I offered to pay.
Yeah, you did say that.
Right.
Where was it?
Show it to me there
first.
You have to eat.
No,
there.
we got to get the money first. You don't know how these things work.
Let me tell you something.
You get the money bag secured.
I'm not in this. I
need a whiteboard. It's not called reimbursement. You're forgetting the re.
I'm not in this.
Reimbursement.
I was not leaving to reimburse them, or
he said he was going to buy us dinner. He said, "I will buy you guys dinner while you're down."
Listen to the argument we're having. I said, not only did I recommend a great barbecue place, I said, I'll pay for your Uber, and just let me know what it is. I'll buy your dinner. And this dingle is arguing with me over, I want the money first.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because then what if they didn't go?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
To be fair, I don't necessarily recall the dinner thing being about Roadkill Grill. I thought it was just dinner.
No, it was 100%.
Okay.
I said, I'll buy you guys this dinner at the Roadkill Grill.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It was hard to get like two separate conversations.
It's just a misunderstanding.
I'm trying to be a I'm trying to be a nice guy.
It was just a misunderstanding.
I want to buy you guys dinner out there.
Everybody turns down your offers, Dave.
That's Frank. You
want because you're getting a kickback from Roadkill Grill.
Oh, yes, get an endorsement.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell him Carmichael Dave sent you.
Right. Christ on a cracker.
Here's the coupon.
Right, look, that's why the Niners lost.
That's
that
probably
and McCaffrey
that was
punted out of here by Ledbetter. I expect more.
Don't put us in the same category.
Don't you put that on me.
And then what do I see? Oh, you had some good food.
It was really good.
Yes, that was the last night.
Here's a picture of a steak. We did a fantastic job. Who all was at this dinner?
Just the two of us.
Yep. Nate was gone at that point.
Yeah,
Jay
Nate was already gone.
Doing big things.
Hey, let me ask you something. Hold on, Jason, can you turn your mic off real quick?
Should we?
Just no.
Okay.
Did you guys expense it? Or tell me you expensed it. Come on.
We're going
there
to.
There will be a meeting.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. We're going
Why'd you
to.
turn your mic off so nobody else could hear what I was asking? Is that not how it works?
We're going to. We enjoyed ourselves.
It was great.
Met Bobby Flay.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah.
No way.
He did.
Bobby
Where's
Flay.
the picture?
Well, I do have a picture, but I didn't get a selfie with him.
You just took a picture of Bobby Flay?
After I shook his hand.
Did you guys
He
see
had
the
places to go.
Allen selfie with Cam Newton?
Of course we did.
Cam Newton?
Yes. Saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand.
I didn't know Cam Newton was like 7'6".
He really. I tried to take the picture, and he said, "Oh, I got you, bro." And then his arm went into another stratosphere, and he took the picture.
Look at that.
And Nate told me don't post it, and I said, "I'm proud of who I am. I'm posting it anyway."
You should have. Good for you.
Cloud over everything.
Because when I found out that you guys didn't go to John Mo's Roadkill Grill, I channeled my inner Cam and just want to do the whole.
Yeah, the roll.
Yeah. That's the best Cam gif ever. All right, celebrity birthdays. I'm just honestly trying to be a good guy. One of the vets at the station. You want to take care of everybody. Hey, I'll buy you dinner. Oh, I want the money first.
We had every intention of going.
Every intention of, I'm going to remember that one. I have every intention of blank.
Things just went,
awry.
Vegas.
You know who probably went there? Jay Johnson.
Oh no, Jay was doing a lot of big things.
I talked to Jay during the week. He said he was going to go.
No,
maybe he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he went to the boxing match. I mean, he was
he was everywhere.
He was
every time I'd be like,
big time.
Jay, what's up tonight? What's the deal, man? You know how it is. Like, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
And then he handed Andy Reid the trophy. I'm like, what are you doing? Taylor Swift's bodyguard. It was everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies are fantastic. If you invite your friends to have some, they'll turn you down. Back to you, Jason.
Happy birthday to Scott Pollard. Pollard. Wishing him and thinking good thoughts for Scott Pollard.
Really good thoughts. Today is his birthday. His wife, Dawn, put out that tweet yesterday. They watched the Super Bowl in his hospital room. Here's to many, many more for Scott. I'm going to say he is 50. 50.
51.
52.
49.
Correct answer. 49. Chris Verlod.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Arsenio Hall.
There was a guy at my son's game the other day. It was for the other team, and every time the other team scored, this dude said, "Yeah." That's my demo right there. He was doing the hand thing and everything. Arsenio is 65.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
63.
I'll say 67.
64.
Chris Watkins for the win. 68.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Just
For
kidding.
Arsenio Hall.
Wow.
And happy birthday to Michael McDonald.
It's my birthday.
I was thinking
the coach?
No, not that one.
Oh.
The singer. Dave
He's 71.
The Doobie Brothers.
Sure.
74.
73. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. 77.
What was your guess? 71?
I said
No.
71.
71?
70.
73? It was a tie. 72 for Michael McDonald.
Hey, good job. It's coming up on the show today, guys.
We're going to get to the bottom of this Christian McCaffrey thing.
Yeah. Bottom of the Christian McCaffrey thing, Niners, tears, and blame pie.
Don't serve that at Roadkill Grill.
Yeah.
Oh, a slice of
Dave
blame
will be
pie.
paying for that one.
Yeah,
They will be.
pay first. Today I learned the word embursement. All right, I'm gruntled. We'll have the diss later. Styles and Watkins coming up next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Timeshare